up, Elijah?
Six chill, fool, for real, for real.
Judith, 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 Judith. Judith, 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 Judith. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave.
Shalom Yasharallah. Shalom. Welcome to another Shabbat morning class here with ISB HBK. Our school is located at 8524 South Braesville Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Zip code 77071. Class times and days is Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Fridays from 6 to 8. Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And then also we do have a school in Norfolk, Virginia. The address out there is 2610 Grammy Street, Norfolk, Virginia, zip code 23517. Class times and days is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And then we have a congregation out in Rochester. We haven't gotten the school building yet out there, but we do have a congregation out there. And their class times and schedules is the same as Virginia's. And if you'd like to get in touch with the brothers and sisters out there, their number is 757-762-3917. And then also we do have a school in San Antonio, Texas. The address out there is 4444 Walzer Road, Suite 201, San Antonio, Texas, 78218. So with that being said, if you got anybody in the Houston area, definitely come through the class. Anybody in the Norfolk, Virginia area, anybody in the Rochester, New York area, or anybody in the San Antonio, Texas area, definitely hit us up. And we'll get you linked up with the brothers and sisters out there for class, man. Also, the class schedule out there in San Antonio is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7:30 to 10:30. And then Saturday from starting at 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m., all right? Those are the class times and schedules. And then you can like, share, and subscribe to any of our YouTube channels. Like, share, and subscribe to the Houston, Virginia, and San Antonio channel, of course. And then also you can like, share, and subscribe to Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. Tazapah been holding that down every Tuesday. So every Tuesday you can definitely stay tuned on the Blog Talk Radio. Tazapah will have a dope class coming. He'll touch on a lot of different stuff that's going on in the news, so definitely check that out. And then we got the Hidden Truth Bible Show, the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, and the Israelite Media Corp. Like, share, and subscribe to those. And Israel Wears Accepting Garments. So if you'd like to get a nice custom garment made, you can get a nice custom garment made. If you would like to sign up for the Fringed Up, where you get a nice shirt every month, you'll be able to get a nice shirt every month for $35. Or for $75, you get the nice shirt and the headband, all right? Also, we do Hebrew Academy here in Houston on Tuesdays, Mondays in Rochester, and Wednesdays in Virginia. If you'd like to contact any of the priests, of course, y'all know Kazak's number 757-300-4047. Priest Klatzazop's number is 303-557-8979. If you'd like to contact any of the priests, if you'd like to support the business is sweetambiance.com. And if you would like to help out with donations, anything like that, you can go to the Wells Fargo account. Yeah, the Wells Fargo account number should be on the screen. The Zelle link should be on the screen. You can send anything in to any of the class addresses. All right. So that's it. That is it for the announcements. So let's go ahead and get the morning prayers going. Everybody, Aymadim Waponya Yerushalayim, we didn't rise and face Jerusalem. These prayers. All right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hawa'ah. Batalanawa. War. Zayawam. Wada. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives us the light this day. Thanks. So be it. The light represents. Let your light shine before men, that they may see and glorify your good works for your Father that which is in heaven. That's Matthew chapter 5, verse 16.
And the light also represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. The enlightenment. All right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hawa'ah. Batalanawa. Rayach.
Nayachacha.
The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us a sweet Savior. Thanks. So be it. The frankincense and myrrh represents our prayers going up to the Most High as a sweet savor. The scriptures say, let my prayer be set before thee as incense.
Sorry. Give it a try. That's it. I don't know what y'all be doing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hawa'ah. Batalanawa. Hashabat. Bashalom. The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us a Sabbath in peace. Thanks. So be it.
All right, this is Psalms chapter 121 in Hebrew, and of course we will translate into English. Anashai, Ayenyam Yad, Al Hahorium. Slack it. Let me start over. Anashai, Ayenyam Yad, Al Hahorium, Na'ayah, Yabawa'ah, Izaria, Yabawa'ah, Ma'Yahweh, Sha'aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, La'ah, Yanatan, Lamawat, Regalia, Yala'ah, the one, Shashawamor, Yashar Allah, Yahweh, Shemoria, Yahweh, Tazalia, Ayon, Yum Yad, Hashemah, Yala'ah, Hakayah, Bayawan, Wala'ah, Halabanah, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamoria, Makol, Rai, Yashamor, Napashia, Yahweh, Yashamoria, Hawalakia, Wabawa'aya, Ma'aitan, I will love. Amen.
This is Psalms chapter 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that giveth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore.
Show me how it shine.
Hallelujah.
Water.
The water.
Yah. Aman.
Aman.
Shemaya Sha'ala.
Shemaya Sha'ala.
Yehovah Allah Hayanoah. Yehovah Chai. Shemaya Sha'ala.
Shemaya Sha'ala.
Yehovah Allah Hayanoah. Yehovah Chai. Shemaya Sha'ala.
Shemaya Sha'ala.
Yehovah Allah Hayanoah. Yehovah Chai.
Let's hear Israel. Yahweh our power. Yahweh is one.
That's in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. On down. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Can be found in Matthew chapter 6 verse 9. On down, we'll say it in Hebrew, and then we will say it in English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemaya, Nadalanawa, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalak Noah, Chababwath Noah, Kasalak Noah, Chababwath Yenoah, Wala'ah, Dabe Noah, Banasaya One, Abo, Awashai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakah, Malakwan, Wa'ala, Wa'ata Para, La'aiwalanya, Aman.
Amen. This is Matthew 6 and 9. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Ha'aishara, Matazawa,
Matazawa. The Ten Commandments.
La'ah, Yahaya, Lakah, Alahayim, Acharyim, Al-Panya.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
La'ah, Ta'ina, Slakia. La'ah, Ta'isha, Lakah, Pasol, Wala'ah, Ta'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'ah, Talakwak, Shum, Yahweh, Bashawa.
Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
Kabad, Abaka, Wa'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
La'ah, Taratazak. No, I said that. I said that, right?
Shabbat.
Oh, Salakia. Zakar. Hayawam. Hashabat. Lakodashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Sorry, that was number 4.
Come.
Number 5. Kabad. Abaka. Wa'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
La'ah. Taratazak.
Thou shalt not murder.
La'ah. Tana'ah.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
La'ah. Naganab.
Thou shalt not steal.
La'ah. Ta'inab. Shakur.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
La'ah. Takamad. Ko. Asherah. Lara'aika.
Thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's.
Yeshabium, which means to be seated. Let's get the first reader up. All right, so we'll go ahead and salute up the first reader. Then we can go into this class. There you go. Uriah, Shabbat Tashal, Yahoda, Bani Yashar Allah, Benabizra, Amadi, Barak.
Yahweh Shimei Shabbat
Yahweh Shimei Shabbat.
Alright. So real quick, so what he just did was he stated his name, his registry. He stated his registry, I should say. So he stated his name, his tribe, son of Yashar Allah, son of Israel. So Uriah, tribe, Uriah, Shabbat Tashal is tribe of, Yahoda, tribe of Judah, Bun, his son, Yasharala is Israel. So he said Uriah, tribe of Judah, son of Israel. Alright. So yeah, so once again, man, we'd like to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody in class and online. Welcome to another Shabbat morning class here with ISBHUK. Of course, y'all know every Shabbat reading is good. It's always good to learn about our histories, man, and also see why it is that we're in the conditions that we're in. It's the same way we were moving in the wilderness. It's the same way a lot of us still move right now. All right. So let's start off. So last Sabbath we read about, of course, Balaam trying to curse us. So if you ever heard that saying, who God blesses, no man curseth. Well, we just read about that last Sabbath. How if the Most High is with you, nobody can curse you. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that comes from. So now we'll be picking up. We also read about Phinehas, of course, killing that woman and that wicked but Israelite. So we'll be starting off today in Numbers chapter 25 and verse 10. All right.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them. And I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore, say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace. And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Because he was zealous for his Yahweh.
For his power.
For his powers. And made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites.
So this brother that was slain, Zimri, he was a chief. He was one of the princes among the Simeonites, right? So we all know Simeon is the Dominican Republicans. Is that how you say the Dominican Republicans? Do you say Republicans or just Dominican Republic?
Dominicanos.
The Dominicanos. Let me say that. So Simeon got the same. The Dominicanos or the Dominican Republic. They got the same blood as Simeon, right? I'm sorry, as Zimri. So Zimri, go real quick to Ecclesiasticus. Go to Ecclesiasticus. And somebody read Ecclesiasticus verse 2.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the world is himself, so are his officers.
So you had this brother Zimri, who was a chief. He was a prince of the chief house of the Simeonites, the so-called Dominicans. See, Bakar Gabar made it easy for me. So he was of the chief house of this tribe, and he was also the prince of the chief house. So he was one of the leaders. He was one of the heads. So read Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2 again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 2.
Go ahead.
As the judge of the people is himself,
Uh-huh.
so are his officers.
So this brother was one of the chief elders, and he's sleeping with these Midianitish women, bringing a plague upon Israel. So what did the Most High, what did Phinehas do? He went and killed them. Why? Because as the head, as the leader is, so is the officers. So as Phinehas is moving, as Zimri's moving in the spirit, bringing the plague on our whole nation, as he's moving in that, everybody else is moving the same way. You see that? So you take out the head, and the body gets destroyed. You see that? So this brother Zimri, he was destroyed. So he was destroyed, and he was causing the rest of us to be destroyed as well.
Con, you also got to see how it. He wasn't just killing the man; he was killing the thought process. Because this brother Zimri, he was being rebellious, and he was trying to teach the nation to be just as rebellious.
Yep.
He got a Midianitish woman. He was like, okay, Moses got a woman of another nation, so we can have women of other nations, even though the Most High said we're not supposed to. So instead of letting that thought process or that cancer spread throughout the rest of the nation, man, Phinehas was zealous for the Most High. He said, we got to cut this off at the head. We can't let this spread. And as an example, he thrust that spear through both of them, the woman and the man. Very dope story. Very, the way the brother just jumped into action, he didn't question, he didn't think about it. He said, this is not right. The scripture says, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? The brother said, I will. He raised his hand. Not only did he raise his hand and say that he wanted to jump, he wanted to be in action, but he just went into action. That's it. Sometimes there's a time to sit back and think about it, and then other times it's just a time to move. Right. Run around these trucks, and I might if I start bringing up a lot of trucking stories.
He's been on the trucks a lot.
It's because I've been on the trucks a lot. There's a time to move slow, and there's a time to just move. Yeah. Now, the discernment comes when you have to know when it's time to strike and when not to strike. When is it time to move slow, or when is it time that we got to run? Right. And Phinehas, he had that discernment because for one, he studied the law. He was in the priesthood.
Yep.
He knew the law. He didn't have to question whether this was right or wrong. He just knew this is wrong. It wasn't like a gray area where you got to say, oh, well, you know what? Let's go counsel about this. Let's gather more information. Let's ask the Midianitish woman, and then let's ask Zimri and find out where they're at in all of it. No. This is wrong. Cut and dry. There was no guessing. Yeah. There was no need to counsel or go further into it. Let's just stop this right here, right now. And that's what he did. It's beautiful because that thought process, when you stop a thought, it doesn't continue to perpetuate throughout the generations. And what's been happening with our people is a thought process has been going from generation to generation to generation. And the whole purpose of coming back to our heritage and coming back to being an Israelite is to reverse that thought process. Through all the buck breaking, through all the PTSD that our people's been through in slavery, it's to reverse that thought process and come back to realize that, hey, we are the rightful rulers of this planet, of this earth. The Most High has set us up, but we can't continue to think like peasants. We're not peasants.
That's right.
We're not common. We're not the common folk. We're the rulers. But we're rulers living amongst the common folk. And the common folk rule over us. That's why the earth is out of course, right? So that's why we got to continue to reverse this thought process. And Phinehas, he jumped into action and cut it off. right then and there. Now, you got to look at your own personal lives today. Where are you going to cut off that thought process? Where are you going to cut that off in your life? Everyone got their own individual battles that you deal with. But are you going to jump into action? Or are you going to sit back and let it twirl in your brain and wonder if you should stop doing it? Hey, should I put down the bottle? Hey, should I put down the weed? Hey, should I stop dealing with all these women? Hey, should I actually listen to counsel sometime? Hey, should I follow after my own mind? Like, how many times you going to play these games with yourself? How long? Or are you just going to jump into action? If a brother's giving you some advice or some counsel, are you just going to jump into action? Or are you going to be like, maybe I should listen to him, maybe not, I don't know. Phineas jumped into action.
That's right.
And he's blessed for it.
Con.
He's blessed tremendously.
Tremendously.
His generations is always going to have peace.
Con. So you got to look at yourselves. You got to look at your own life pattern.
Yeah.
And when I say your own life pattern, look at how you've lived your life before the truth and what mistakes that you've made, and then look at yourself now in the truth and continue to correct the mistakes, because we're not clean yet. Just because you got fringes on, just because you put a dress on and a head wrap, you're not clean yet.
Right.
You got to look and say, how can I continue to clean myself? How can I throw more of the blood? How can I dip more of my garment into the blood and clean myself? Stay tuned, because that's a class.
Nice.
What's up, bro?
I'm sure you answered this already, but speaking on Phineas,
Con.
right? Him obviously being in the priesthood, and you were giving us examples, right, of like taking action, when to take action. You also stated that Phineas was like, he knew what he saw was wrong. But my question is, for our sense, how do we do something like that without moving presumptuously? Like, oh, I'm gonna go and just take this javelin and just smash something. But you also brought up the example. That's my question. How do we do it without doing presumptuously? Because
Well,
we don't want to go in and.
Here's the thing. And I'm not pointing you out particularly, Ramiro, but I'm gonna use it as my example. If Ramiro came up here and then pulled Uriah off of the podium and said, "I'm gonna sit right here in the middle of the class," would you stop him?
Fine.
Why?
Well, one, it's going to interrupt class.
Okay, but you wouldn't think you're moving presumptuously by stopping Ramiro from dragging this brother off of the podium?
No, because also I've never seen any brother do that as well.
Exactly. You know it's wrong. You already know it's wrong. It's not part of the program. It's outside of what we do. You know it's wrong. You don't have to guess about it.
It's like this. Go to Psalms 94 and verse 19. Psalms chapter 94 verse 19. So you're asking like how do we not like move presumptuously and strike a javelin through homie's chest, right? Yeah. Or somebody's chest. So the first thing that you got to remember is this: was like when there's like police shootings and things like that, you can always, all of us get that little, you know, something when you see the hurt of the daughter. The scripture says, "Because of the hurt of the daughter of my people, I am hurt." Right? In Jeremiah. So when you see that and you see what our people's going through, sometimes it does drive you to where you're like, man, I want to do something, right? But what makes you not do something? Well, you remember that Yahweh Shai said, "Vengeance is mine." You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to a vengeance aspect, no, we're not gonna avenge ourselves. We're not gonna avenge nobody. Why? Because the Most High, He's the one that issues out the life and death. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different time now than back then. Back then, like these cats, it shouldn't have just been one javelin. It should have been a whole bunch of javelins going through them.
Everybody should have been getting in.
You know what I'm saying? Because we saw what was going on. We was with our power. We was with Moses. We weren't in captivity at that time. We had control. But here, we're in captivity. So we don't have control. So if we make certain moves, it's going to be more detrimental and more harm to us than good. This right here was a good that Phinehas did, because it was a plague that was going through our people. Right. This was a plague that, because we were wicked, that if he did what he did, he knew, okay, this will stop. So he did what he did to make it, and the Most High ended up stopping it. But now, the plague that's going on with our community, with the 12 tribes of Israel, that's not a plague that we can stop by killing anybody. You see what I'm saying? Sure. That's a plague that has to be changed in the mind, in the spirit. The curses that's on our people and the thought process, that changes by the mind and by the spirit. Because, homie that killed George Floyd, like, who don't want to throw a javelin at him? Who don't? Like, not even shoot, but like actually throw a javelin. Like, I would love to, but what is that going to do? Is that going to change the mentality of the people? No, it's not. There's still going to be plenty more George Floyds. There's still going to be plenty more. Why? Because our people's selling crack. Our people's selling dope. Our people's doing all kinds. Our people's literally against the Bible. So it doesn't matter what action that we take personally. Like, it's not going to change the mentality of our people. They're still going to be in this cursed state because the spirit and the mind is screwed. So the only way right now that us as a nation, if we wanted to make changes like that, we wanted to do what Phinehas did and take that javelin and throw it at somebody, the only thing that we could do is take the scriptures and throw that at somebody.
We're not killing them.
That's it. That's our javelins now. That's our sword. It's funny because we literally call our Bible our sword. Right. So we got to throw spiritual swords, because we could definitely get a javelin. I'll throw a machete. It's not going to change nothing.
Benjamin.
It's not going to change the mentality. Our people still going to be out here, and let's just keep it real. Our people's killing each other more than any other nation right now. All these homicides that's going on in Houston right now, right? All these homicides that's going on in Houston, that's the majority of it is Israelites killing each other over nothing. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
That scripture in Job, talking about the innocent perishing, like how.
Good scripture.
Being innocent.
We'll go there. Read Psalms 94 and 19.
Psalms chapter 94?
No. Psalms 94 and 16. I'm sorry.
Psalms chapter 94, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So, Phinehas at this time, he rose up against the evildoers during this time. Now, during this time, during Phinehas' time, he rose up. But during our time, right now, presently, the way that we rise up against the evildoers is by doing this. Go to Ecclesiasticus.
Is that hit on 94, sir?
Yeah. Teach it the children. Teach it. Up. Go to Ecclesiasticus 30 and 3.
God. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 3.
You want to rise up for the Most High against the evildoers? This is how you rise up for the Most High against the evildoers. Back then, Phinehas took a javelin, threw it right through homie's back and through her stomach.
Ooh.
And they died. You want to spiritually do that right now without going to jail? You know what I'm saying? And without making the news, without us being called a damn cult and a terrorist group and them taking advantage of us, you want to do that? This is the easiest way to do it. Read Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 3. You want to rise up for the Most High against the evildoers?
God.
Ecclesiasticus 30 and 3.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
He that teacheth his son grieveth
the enemy.
There you go. Teach the children. Of course, it's not just your son. Like, okay, daughter, you on your own. Son, come here. It's not like that. Like, of course, it's your son, it's your daughter. So the scripture says, read again.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Guess why? Because these nations, they're trying to teach your kids. They're trying to influence your kids. So they're naturally trying to do that. So if you want to grieve them, the best way to grieve them is for us to teach our kids. You see what I'm saying?
God.
That way they can look and be like, oh man, it's not working. Because guess what? They can't literally just direct everything to our kids. They just put it out there. But our kids are more susceptible because we come from broken families, our environments.
Yep.
Our kids is more susceptible to it. That's why you see it now, a lot of different races of people. It's not just black and Hispanics that sag their pants anymore.
Okay.
You got Elam. You got Elam that's sagging their pants. Like how the so-called Indians, East Indians with a dot on their forehead. Like how does that work?
Oh yeah.
How you sag your pants and then go take a whip and whip your back?
Put some period blood on your forehead.
Put some period blood on your forehead. Like they're now sagging their pants. They're now selling dope too. They're now doing all the curses that we were doing. They're now doing it. You see what I'm saying? Not just the East Indians, but the Asians, the Arabs. All of them now is being influenced by America, by the influences that they pour out for the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American man, woman, and child. It's hitting them now because they can't like literally just gear it to us. Like nobody watch this, only them watch it. They could put it out there for us, but they want to be cool. Why? Because we're cool. Mm-hmm. They want to be the flavor and the salt of the earth. Why? Because we are. You see what I'm saying? So they're trying to be like us. So in that, they're starting to fall in our curses. So the easiest way to grieve the enemy is to teach your kids. Right. That way they don't fall into the trap that is laid out for them by America, by the so-called white man. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to start falling into it. We will come out of it and they'll fall into it. It's just that simple. I'm on and then Ashariah.
The wickedness is actually flooding the earth. So that's when you go to the Revelations, it talks about the nations hated the whore. Mm-hmm. So they see it coming around. You know, so that's what I want to see. But I also wanted to bring out also, people don't understand when you're reading this whole passage right here that they don't understand how raw the Most High actually really is. That He don't care about everybody's feelings. He wants to do what's right about what His law is about. Yeah. And most people, that's why you got Christianity talk about love, love, and love, because they don't want to go to scriptures like this right here, because these are raw scriptures that the Most High does kill people and knock them clean out. God. So I wanted to bring that out.
Shout out Jacob Wake Up. Big shout out to the brother. Shout out to everybody online. Shalom. So yeah, man. The biggest. Oh, sister. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was just going to say, I like how you brought all of that together, because from the beginning, from his initial question, like how do we move, without doing it presumptuously, and then you went and linked up all of the scriptures, and it made me think about, from the way you brought up the javelin and the machete and the guns and the this and that, it almost made me think about that actual javelin or that weapon being the gift, and then relating it back to Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. So it's like, I remember when I first came in, one of the brothers was like, I think it might have been this man named Baltazar. He said, "Pressure makes a wise man mad." But the thing is, he has to be mad. I mean, oppression make a wise man mad. But the thing is, he has to be mad enough to do something about it. Mm-hmm. So I like the way that all came out. So when you look at the scripture and you think about that gift is destroying our nation, and we pull and shut it down. But if what are you gonna do instead of moving presumptuously? You're gonna take all that knowledge and wisdom and you're going to spread it amongst someone. If you're mad enough, you're gonna do something about it. You're gonna teach your people.
Thank you. That's very true. You mad? You're really mad. I'm gonna get to you, Yashikar. You're really mad. right? Really mad. You gonna do something. It's that simple. You gonna do something. If you really care, you're gonna do something. You're not just gonna be online talking about, they didn't kill us again. Nah, you're actually gonna do something about it.
Not marching.
You know what I'm saying? Not none of that. Not complaining. Not Esau did it again. Like, Esau's doing what he do. Like, what do you want him to do? It's like, is it? It's like I always say it. Like, you know how like people, they'll be like, it's 2020 and there's still racism in America. Like, yes. I'm sorry, it's 2021. It's 2021 and there's still racism in America. Yes. When was there not racism in America? When was there not? Like, give me a date. Give me a date in the time since 1776 when there was not racism in America. Somebody please tell me. Nobody. Thank you. Oh my God, they're killing black and Latino people and getting away with it. Yes, since 1776 they've been doing it. When were they not? You're just able to see it now because everybody has phones and you can record it. For every recording of a phone that you get to see, there's probably 1,000 that died that you didn't get to see.
Exactly.
I'm sure everybody in here can knows about police brutality or have been brutalized by the police, or knows somebody that got drugs planted on them and now is doing time unjustly. I'm sure everybody knows about something that a police officer did, either to them or to somebody close to them, and you know that this person was innocent. I'm sure we all have those stories. It's just that now the whole world is starting to see it because of a phone. It never stops. So if you really are mad, then what do? Well, let's do what the scriptures say. Let's do what the scriptures say to do. Teach your son. Teach your daughters. Teach your nation. Breathe life onto the dry bones. That's what you do. Ain't it like the best thing? Like, I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all how cold the Most High is. What's worse? How would you rather die? I'm going to ask everybody. I want to see a show of hands here. How would you rather die? From a gunshot to the head and then you just dead? Or would you rather die from a Komodo dragon biting you? Now, keep in mind that when the Komodo dragon bites you, like he comes up at you, he sneaks up, because he's a reptile. So he sneaks up on you, you over here chilling, and then he sneaks up, runs, bites you. And he's like, I got you. I don't even got to do nothing else. You're going to die. So he bites you, and then you get bit. You're like, ah, crap, I get bit. I'm bit. And then you start moving around, you thinking it's all good, right? You just know you got a little bite. He's not attacking me no more, but he's really close to me for some reason. He's always close. He's always there. And over time, your leg that he bit you on starts to deteriorate. And then now you got to walk with a limp. And then you stop walking with a limp, and now your leg just don't work no more. And that poison that he bit you with is now spreading throughout your whole body to the point where you get so weak that you can't move no more. And then you fall. And then when you fall, he might just eat you alive. No, he's not going to might eat you alive. He is going to eat you alive. Because now you can't move. So he comes and he eats you alive. What would you rather? A gunshot to the head, or would you rather get bit by a Komodo dragon when you know you're going to die? It's just going to be a matter of time. Elijah, you're the only brave one. Huh? The gunshot. Why? It's faster and painless. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the painless part, but it's faster, right? But a Komodo dragon, you got hit and you know you're going to die. So guess what the Most High is doing here? It's not a gunshot wound. It's a Komodo dragon bite, man. America's been hit. And they know that they're going to go down. They know that they know. Go to Jeremiah 51 real quick. Anybody online, would you rather, the gunshot or the Komodo dragon bite? Where it's going to take you about 2 to 3 weeks to die and then you're going to get eaten alive. Dawid say, shoot me. Just do it. You know those movies where they take the gun and they're like, just do it. Do it. You're too scared. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Nah, there's only two choices, Dawiyad. He said the common death. You got two choices, Dawiyad. But anyways, go to Jeremiah 51. Right? So check this out. When we read this Jeremiah 51, it's gonna go back to your question too. Like, how do we make a righteous move like Phinehas, right? Without being presumptuous. Well, check this out. The first thing that we have to realize is this Jeremiah 51. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
So when this flee, it's not talking about like, I'm going to pack up my whole kids and my family, and we're going to take a road trip away from America to Canada or to South America. Or we're going to pack up and fly, or pack up and get on a ship and leave, right? It's going to show you that it's not talking about that. It's talking about the mentality. Just like Revelations 18:4, come out of here, my people. It's talking about the mentality. You're going to see. So it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, right? Which is America. Now, read down.
And deliver every man his soul.
You see that? Deliver your soul by fleeing out of the mentality. Because you can pack up and leave, but if you still have the American mentality, your soul ain't going to get delivered. So your mentality, you're fleeing your mentality out of the midst of out of the American mentality. Go ahead.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Read that again.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Because guess what? This place is getting cut off.
That's right.
It's getting cut off. People are getting cut off, and this place is getting cut off. Go ahead.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
And is it not the time of the Lord's vengeance here in America?
God.
Like hurricane season just started, and guess what? Guess what? Louisiana already got hit again, didn't they? Like, they did, right? And how many times did they get hit last year? Like 5?
Every single time.
Like every single time? We sitting here thinking it's coming to Houston. Nope. We're going to Louisiana. Going to Lake Charles. And Lake Charles got hit again. Hurricane season just started. And there's like already 2 more storms that's about to come to America. That's crazy. There's back to back, about to hit the same place. There's a drought in California. A drought. And they're so stupid out there that they're still sprinkling their grass. That's where like 90% of the water goes, to their grass. But there's a drought out there in the Western Hemisphere. Everybody's dying of heat stroke. You got a professional baseball athlete that's throwing up because he can't take the heat. What?
That's right.
That's real. But all this is happening right here. There's wildfires, and the earth is getting hotter, they say. But last winter, Texas had a freeze. Had a big snowstorm in Texas.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's like 100 degrees now again. There's earthquakes, there's famines, COVID. Now there's the Delta variant of the COVID. So even the people that went and got the vaccination shots are still getting COVID.
Yeah.
But I've never gotten a shot, and I haven't gotten it yet. A lot of us here haven't either. Like, it's, y'all don't see like what the Most High is doing? This place is getting, it's the time of the Lord's vengeance, man. It's happening, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You see that? Read down.
He will render unto her a recompense.
And it's time for this place to get a payback for the 300 million plus slaves that died during the transatlantic slave trade period. For the over 100 million Native Americans that died when they came over here. For the countless brothers and sisters that die at the border every day. It's time. And it's happening. The recompense, the payback is happening. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
You see that? America, this place has been a golden cup. But the Most High set up this place to be a golden cup.
Right.
You see that? Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken.
You see that? The whole earth is drunken. When you drink, what do they call it? When you drink and drive, what do they call it? When you get pulled over. What do you get charged with when you drink and drive?
Under the influence.
Oh no, that's drugs, huh?
No.
Driving under the influence?
Yeah.
Driving under the influence. That's what you get charged with.
Drunk driving.
So yeah, drunk driving under the influence, right? This liquor influence is you're not in the right state of mind. The liquor influenced you. You see that? So when it said that Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, the whole earth is under the influence of America. They get their music from America. They get their dress code from America. They get their movies, their entertainment. Everything comes from America. Y'all see that? The mentality, the morality, all of it comes from America. So it don't matter where you flee to. If it was, let's pack up and go to Peru. Let's pack up and it doesn't matter where you go. The whole earth is under the influence of America. So it's showing you that you come out of the mentality of America. Out of the influence of America. Go ahead.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Yeah, everybody. Everybody wants to be like America. Everybody's trying to come to America. When's the last time you was like, I'm trying to go to China? China makes everything. But when's the last time you like, I'm trying to go to China? Nope. When's the last time you was like, I want to go to a vacation to China? Nope. But all your stuff comes from China. You ain't trying to eat no bat. You don't know what you're going to eat when you're over there. But think about it. Everybody that's trying to live like a better life, they all want to come to America. Yeah. You see that? That's how you know America is this place that's talking about. It says, therefore the nations are mad. The whole earth is messed up. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
And guess what? It is. America is fallen. It's destroyed. This country's in trillions of dollars of debt. Like over 30 trillion, man. Trillions. Ain't no coming back. There's no coming back. This country owes China over $30 trillion. Over 30. Not billions, but trillions. Ain't no coming back. They're not getting out that hole. And it rises. It keeps rising exponentially. There's no coming back for this place. The water, there's no water. How you get all this snow but no water? That's right. And white people in California, they still gonna water that grass. Still gonna make them sprinklers go, but y'all don't got no water. I'm gonna get to you. It's hilarious. This place is falling. Right? I'm gonna hit this and I'm gonna get y'all a question. Read.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
So America is falling, right? And it's getting destroyed. Read on.
Howl for her.
Yeah, cry for her. Cry. No, not America, no. Cry for her. Read.
Take balm for her pain.
You know what balm is? That's a healing agent. Yes, it is. She's in pain. Here, take some balm. It'll make the pain go away. Ain't nothing making the pain go away. Here, go ahead.
If so, be she may be healed.
Read that again.
If so, be she may be healed.
If so be, she take some balm. You might be able to heal her. You can't. You can't heal her. It's going to tell you that this place can be healed. It's too late now. Read down.
Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon.
Yeah, we would have healed this place. And y'all got to remember, if the Bible would have came out and said America, you would have been like, they would have burned this book. So the Bible is written in codes. So you got to put two and two together and be like, oh crap, it's talking about here. Even white pastors will tell you that this is Babylon is America. Yep. Everybody knows it. Think about it. It talked about Babylon having a golden cup in her hand. What does the Statue of Liberty have? Don't they hold like a little torch and a book? And everybody, that's like the American symbol. Crazy, huh? But it says, we would have healed Babylon. So yeah, they're trying everything to heal America. Trump came, we gonna make America great again. Just the fact that he had to say we gonna make America great again lets you know that they know that this place ain't great no more.
Oh, God.
And did he make America great again? No, he failed. So then what does that mean? It's still not great. It's not great no more. It was never great for us. But damn, it ain't great for y'all either. Why? Because the place is done. It's finished. It says we would have healed this place, but read, what does it say?
But she is not healed.
Yeah, it don't matter how many stimulus checks you pour. America's not being healed. It don't matter how many vaccinations you pour. America's not being healed. Now there's a Delta variant. And then after that, there's going to be another variant. And then after that, there's going to be another variant. It's just going to keep getting worse. And all these people going to take all these shots, and they going to become like magnets. Like Magneto. It's Scripture. The Scripture is plain as day. It says if they could heal this place, they would have healed her. But they can't. They can't heal this place. So with us reading this and seeing what's going on, what is your job? What is your job? I'm going to tell you what your job is. You're absolutely right. We're doing it. Your job is to pray for America. You're absolutely right, Bakar. It's to pray for America. But pray that the Most High does what he's going to do to America. You're right. I'm going to pray for America. Destroy it. Destruction, right? But anyways, this place can't be healed. So with us seeing that it can't be healed, what is your job? How do you do the Phinehas thing and just go ahead and finish her off? Well, you do it by teaching your kids, teaching your brother, teaching your sister, teaching your wife, showing your husband. That way, when this place goes down, because it is, we have on the life vest to be able to make it out. Because it's gonna go down. It's facts. It's just, are you gonna go down with it? It's gonna get burnt with fire. It's gonna get burnt with fire.
Right.
Do you want to get burned with it? That hurts. Do you want to get burned with it? That's the reality of it. So, with your question, how do you do what Phinehas did and take that javelin? Bro, it's very simple. You teach your kids. You stand up for righteousness, and how do you do that? By doing what you're doing. By reversing the curses for you, because the curses is going to be there. It's just who's the curses going to be on? Who's gonna take it? We chose to take it when they had it at first. There's curses and there's blessings. We're now choosing to be blessed. The curses is still going to be there. So as we choose to be blessed, they're going to be the ones that choose to be cursed. So now, when we move into that role of being blessed, it ain't going to be no more Crips and Bloods in the Black and Latino community. But it was sure as hell will be in the East Indian community. They'll be doing drive-bys on each other. You know what I'm saying? Won't be no cartels in our communities no more. But it sure as hell will be in the Asian community. All the curses will come off of us and go on them. You see what I'm saying? So,
Can I get one?
Yep.
Psalms 51 and in verse 10.
Yeah.
God. The book of Psalms, chapter 51, verse 10. Create in me a clean heart,
Yep.
O Most High, and renew a right spirit within me.
Why? Because you got to be in the right mind to be able to teach. You got to be able to cleanse yourself and work on yourself. Have that right mind, have that right spirit on you. Watch, jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways.
To do what?
Teach transgressors thy ways.
And like Lakra was bringing out, that grieveth the enemy. The more brothers and sisters that wake up and step into their rightful place within themselves and begin to show others, it grieveth the enemies. The more of the youth, like these young brothers and sisters coming up, start to learn, and we're teaching our children the right way, grieveth the enemy. That's vengeance right there. It's this shirt that y'all used to have. It said dangerous danger.
Danger, educated Israelite.
Educated Israelite. Yeah, bro. That's what they scare. That's what they fear most. Us being educated.
Why does that have that shirt?
Yeah, I think it's an older shirt. This was before. I didn't get to catch that shirt, but
I definitely had it, but I gave it to Yashar Carter, brother.
oh, but Khan, that is a more direct way to avenge. Because it's not just now; it's going into the future. It's doing what Phineas thought. What Phineas stopped, he stopped the process. He stayed the plague. But then, in the teaching, you're planting new seeds. You're nurturing the future. You're putting something good that's going to last. The Most High is not going to cut that off. And the nations can't cut that off. As long as we continue to do what we're supposed to be doing. Nice. Con. You got something, Josephus?
Yashar, you had your hand up, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, y'all answered. Y'all went thoroughly through some of the questions I had in my head. But other than that, I mean, I like how the sister said, ask this question based off of Phineas and the javelin, and how y'all just expounded. I mean, y'all planted the seed, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna do my part so that the Most High increase, you know? So, the water.
Most High has been increasing. Most High has been increasing everyone here.
Yes.
I see it.
Man.
Definitely.
Alrighty, let's go back to the reading. There's something I'm gonna bring out to Josephus because, and I'm gonna have to bring this out to Josephus. Why? Because this is a plague. You know, it's funny. Phinehas, this same plague that Phinehas took the javelin and struck it through the man and the woman. It's funny, man. This same plague is still in our nation right now.
It's true.
It's still in our nation right now. So I'm definitely going to touch on it.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 15.
Yeah, read down. Just finish the chapter.
The name of the Midianitish woman was slain, and was Cosby, the daughter of Zerah. He was head over a people, and of a chief house in Midian. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, vex the Midianites, and smite them, for they vex you with their wild, and wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Pure, and in the matter of Cosby, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Pierre's sake.
So you see that? So these women, they brought a plague upon us, right? Upon the whole nation. Now, it's funny because this still happens to this day, where you'll have Israelite men that will have the scriptures and have the knowledge, but what's their plague? What is it? Say it loud. Somebody say it loud. Everybody in class say it.
The woman.
The woman. The woman, the woman, the woman will be the Israelite man's plague. Now, check this out. Go to 1 Corinthians real quick. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Chapter dust. And where does it say where it says the weak confounds the strong? My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. You know what? Read 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and Man, I thought it said the weak confounds the strong, but it's all good. I'll use it. Go to verse 1 Corinthians 2 and 25.
1 Corinthians chapter 2. There is no 20. There's no 25.
Oh, it's 1. My bad. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 25. I'm sorry.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 25. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men. And the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Go to verse 28.
Verse 28. And the base things of the world and things which are despised, which Most High chosen.
Oh, go to verse 27. My bad.
Verse 27.
Yeah, it's verse 27.
But the Most High had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
So now, let's see how you get to see how the Most High deals. It's the foolish things of the world that confounds the wise. You see that? Now, it's just like us. We will be considered foolish. But we'll sure as hell confound anybody that steps to us. Why? Because we have the Most High's wisdom. You see that? Go ahead.
And the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Now, God, perfect. That's what I wanted. That right there. So, when you look at, just like back then, you had strong Israelite men. And I want y'all to keep in mind that you had the chariot that was still up there. A fire by night, a pillar of cloud by day. Right? You had Moses right there. You lived and you saw everything that happened. You're strong men. Right? The Bible says that the weak things confound the strong. The weak things confound the mighty. So when you look at back then, they sent some weak, forgive my language, but they sent some weak-ass Midianitish women. And that confounded some strong brothers. And it caused a whole plague to go through our whole nation. Our whole nation. Like, our woman isn't like the baddest thing on the planet walking. But they sent some weak Midianitish women to come and get us. And it worked. It worked. It's just like now. It's just like now. Think about it. What can stop a brother right now being in the truth? A weak ass. I'm not gonna say a weak ass woman. A woman, in general, that can stop you being in the truth. You're trying to grow. She's not trying to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Or she's just like a demon, but you can't let go of the demon. So you're a strong man, a powerful strong man, right? Not only physically, but you got the Most High's word in the spirit. And you can't let go of a weak woman that is not adding nothing to you. That is bringing more harm to you than good. You see that? Now, let's go to Proverbs chapter 31. And then I'm going to read this. Something that y'all have to keep in mind. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not what?
Give not thy strength unto women.
Go ahead.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Because guess what? That's what destroys a king. That's what destroys a king. When the king's strength is tied up in a woman. That's when he's destroyed. What destroyed Samson? We gonna send Delilah. And he's so retarded. The brother at the time, I'm not gonna say he's so retarded. All it is just lust is blind. That's the only thing that can blind a man sometimes. It tells you that wine and women, right? Wine and women. Wine can definitely alter a man's mindset, because we all know wine can alter anybody's mindset. But a woman can alter a man's mindset as well. You see that? So, the scripture says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Why? Because a woman is what will destroy you, man. Think about a king. Nothing can destroy him. Nothing can touch him. Who watched 300 in here? Remember when Xerxes, weird ass dude, weird ass king from the Persians, like he was wearing a diaper, a brown diaper. He walked up, all that gold and all that jewelry. He had these weird little,
You look gay.
Right.
these little formations that he be doing, right? But when he walked up and his army covered the whole earth, you can't do nothing against him. You can't. You'll die. Everybody followed him. They shot those arrows up and the whole sky just blacked out. Couldn't say nothing against him. He was a king. Whatever he wanted, that happened. Whatever order he gave, that happened. You know what would have brought him down? The scripture is telling you what would have brought him down? A woman. A woman. The weak things to confound the strong.
Mm-hmm.
The weak things. Now, read 1 Esdras chapter 4, verse 26.
1 Esdras, chapter 4, verse what? What's it?
Verse 26.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of brothers, man, been lost their minds over women. Brothers will come into the truth. Yeah, I'll die for the truth. I'll die. I'll die for Yahweh. I'll die for the Most High. Women leaving. Oh, I'm leaving too. Yeah, this dude definitely looked like he was wearing a diaper. Can I get some tissue? Women leaves. Oh, I'm gone. But I thought you would die for the truth. A lot of brothers' intentions are revealed, what they're here for, through women. Woman turns her back. Do you turn your back too, or do you keep chucking?
Keep chucking, baby.
Keep chucking. And then that shows your intentions, what you're really here for. If you're here for a woman, or if you're here because of what the Most High said that you should be here for. You see what I'm saying?
Gone.
A lot of brothers, they lose it. Sis?
Everything you're saying is making me think about Revelation 18:4.
Mm-hmm.
And how you look at it, and we know that he's speaking, saying, hey, come out of her spiritually, but you can still apply it to that woman. Like
Yeah.
everything that she does.
You gotta come out of her. You got brothers. Read again. First Esdras 4, verse 26.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
You know what's crazy? When you read the story right here, it talks about there's three things. You got the three strong things. You got a king, you got a wine. So a king asks, what's the strongest thing on the earth? The three things that was named, there was four things that was named. The first thing was a king. The second thing was wine or liquor. And the third thing was women. So it's showing you all three of these things have a power. Now, hold that and go to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22 real quick. All three of these things have a power.
The book of Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
Now, the Bible says that there's three things here that's really strong. When you read this first Esdras chapter 4, you got a king, you got women, and you got wine. The last thing is the truth, which is the strongest, right? The truth. Now, of course, a king naturally is going to have power. The Most High gives him his power. But when you look at wine and you look at women, if those two things have a power over you, read Proverbs again.
How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
How long is it that you're going to let, as a man, as a grown-ass man, how long will you let liquor destroy your life? How long? If liquor is your addiction, how long will you let that destroy your life? How many of us grow up in houses and families where you have the man that's an alcoholic, he comes home drunk, or he comes home with a 6-pack, or he comes home with a 12-pack or a 24-pack or whatever, and he drinks and he blacks out and he beats the hell out of his kids and his wife, wakes up the next morning and doesn't remember nothing. How many of our brothers and sisters grow up in those families? There's a lot. I remember a lot when I went to school. They'll be like, yeah, man, I hate my dad. I hate my dad. He comes home drunk every night and he beats my mom. Or he comes home drunk and he's overly aggressive to my mom. And he does that in front of the kids. Or he's overly aggressive to them. Mm-hmm. And then he'll wake up like everybody's pissed at him, nobody's messing with him. He's like, wait, why aren't y'all messing with me? You don't see these 24 cans of beer? That's why nobody's messing with you. Because you blacked out after getting drunk and beating all of us. And now, what does he do the next day? The next night? The same exact thing. Destroying his family, destroying his wife, destroying the kids, destroying himself. You see what I'm saying? So, read Proverbs 1:22 again.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
So the simple liquor destroys this man. Now, let's take it to the woman. A simple woman will destroy a man in the truth. She's simple. Why can't you let her go? Why? She's not in order with you in the truth. Why can't you let her go? Why can't you put your foot down? Why? How come she doesn't respect you? Mm-hmm. But you're chasing after a woman that doesn't respect you, that doesn't care about you. This woman has brought nothing but harm and pain and suffering and destruction. She's supposed to be a pillar of rest. But is she a pillar of rest?
Pillar of death.
She's a pillar of death unto you. And no matter what, you be so damn blinded you can't see that this is this is not a blessing. It's not a blessing. Read 1 Esdras 4:26 again.
1 Esdras chapter 4, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Then lost your mind over a woman. And guess what? In this truth, you can't, as a man, lose your mind over a woman. You know why? Because if you lose your mind in this truth over a woman, you lost your life.
She becomes your God.
She becomes your God and the Most High. That's not going to be in heaven.
Right.
That's an American mentality, straight simp mode. The Most High is not about that.
God.
When Saul's daughter had something smart to say about David, David was like, okay. David was like, you'll never, ever spend time with me again. But here, in the American mindset, men, women run her mouth, be smart to you, and what happens? Oh no, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. Lost your mind. You lost your strength over a woman. Just like these Midianites, just like what happened during Phinehas' time. You knew that. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. Us messing around with these women was making the Most High slaughter us. We were getting slaughtered. And what was happening? Oh, I can't stop messing around with her. But you're getting slaughtered. It shows you. Many have gone out of their minds for women. That's why you can have prostitutes walking up and down Bissonnette. You know damn well that these chicks probably got STDs, AIDS, herpes. You know that. And you have a family at home with children, with kids.
Throw the dice.
And you are willing to risk. You're willing to risk your family, your wife, your kids over a prostitute. Over a prostitute that's walking around with nothing on. That's probably gone through 10 to 15 men before you in just that day. Just that day. You're willing to risk all of it for a woman. Do y'all see what I'm saying? But when you come into the truth, you're supposed to put away simplicity. You weren't supposed to be simple. You were supposed to see the way men in the Bible dealt. And you were not supposed to get swayed away by a woman. A woman was not supposed to have any power over you. Where you're so damn blinded, you can't see that a woman is detrimental to you. Where you can't see that this is not a blessing. The Most High has not blessed this. And you cannot let that go to where it affects you being in the truth. You can't let that go. So what happens? You know what happens? You make yourself out to be what the Bible says you are. A fool. A fool. A simple man.
Con.
You see that?
Con.
One of the kings. I'm trying to find the scripture in here where it talks about like how the woman can slap the crown off the king.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's
come
right.
on, can't no man, if you're a king, you sit there. Imagine we're all kings, right? You got your crown on your head. Imagine another man comes and smacks the crown off your head. What's going to happen?
Ooh.
Oh, that's war. Heads is getting cut off. Not just heads is getting cut off. I'm gonna start from the ground up. Your toes is gonna get cut off, and then your legs, and then I'm gonna work my way up to your head. If I'm a king, I'm gonna make an example out of you.
Kill your skin off.
You know what I'm saying? But a woman could do it. A woman could do it to the king. A woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we had a whole bunch of hands up. Like literally damn near half the class or the whole class has their hands up. So Micaiah, you were first.
Years ago when we were in Colorado,
Uh-huh.
we had
Can you find that for me?
Yes, for
we
sure.
had an Asian sister that said, she answered a question, and I think the question was, what's the biggest problem that Israel has, you know? And she said, and nobody else answered, you know, we didn't know. But she said that Israel doesn't know the power that it has. And so when a woman that has not been taught right doesn't know these things, you know, righteous things to do and how to live and take care of family and husband, then naturally she is going to be that weak person, you know, she just doesn't know. And so the scriptures talk about a woman who's well instructed. You know, she's a gift if she's silent, quiet, you know, but well instructed.
Yeah.
And so when you come into the truth, you get, you know, hopefully, you know, you will get that knowledge enter into your mind and you will apply it to yourself and to your family.
Gone.
So that you'll know, and instead of you depleting the power of your man, you're adding to that power.
Gone.
Ooh.
And that's presenting a united front.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you turn away at each other, you turn the fabric of the family, the fabric of the kids, you know, and it can be done. But we got arrested that time, you know, and I had told my grandson, you know, they don't have that kind of power over us, okay? They've done nothing wrong, and I couldn't jump up there and like jump all bad and yes, I'm ex-military and go Rambo on them, you know, because I had nothing. But the power that we had was in, you know, how real good scriptures and everything, giving me wisdom, instructing me, you know, and instructing my grandson, you know, and my son, you know, how to deal with it, you know, with wisdom, you know, and just like Peter and Paul walked out of the prison, you know, we walk out,
Yep.
you know, so women have to be well instructed to know the power that they do have to add to their families and their husbands.
You know, I'm glad you said that because the biggest resource, I'll go into that after I answer the question. You was up next. You had your hand up.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Oh.
It was in the scripture.
Who else? Benaiah, you had your hand up. Oh. Who else had their hand up? I'm one.
In Judith, chapter 5, verse 20 and 21,
Uh-huh.
this is the reason why in America they pushed this feminist movement, they pushed the woman above the man. Because they know this from way back in the past. And Judith chapter 5, verse 20 and 21, it says, Now therefore, my lord the governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. And if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, and lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them. And we become a reproach for all the world.
Con.
So I wanted to bring that out.
Good scripture. So you see, when we're rolling as Israelites, when we're rolling in the spirit of the Most High, there's nothing that anybody can do against us. So what do they try to do? They try to use a woman. Just like Adam and Eve. When you look at Adam and Eve, Satan went to Eve. Why? Because Adam was rolling in the right way. When you look at Samson, they had to get Delilah to get to Samson. So now when you look at a man, man, it's a woman. A woman can bring you down. A woman can take you out. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at us back then, these Midianites women, and I'm not going to go to the Josephus, I don't have to. They're the ones that they used to get to us. They're the ones that they used to get to us and to weaken us and to help make this detachment from us in the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So, again, read 1 Esdras 4 and 30. This is the one I was looking at.
1 Esdras, chapter 4, verse 30. And taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head.
Yeah, no man could ever do this. No man could ever do this. Crown symbolized rulership. So a king was never going to let another man take his crown and become the ruler. But this woman could take your crown. You see that? Go ahead.
She also struck the king with her left hand.
Yeah, she struck him with her left hand. Ow! And you know what's crazy? That's in the world a lot. That's in the world a lot. For some reason, women in the world feel like they could just, especially Israelite women, they feel like they could just slap their man. Not hopefully not in the truth. Hopefully ain't nobody allowing that to go on in the truth. But think about it. You'll see that all the time, man. You watching a black or Latino movie, show, whatever. For some reason, they'll have the woman get out of order and just, he'll say something she don't like and she.
No Bellas.
She'll slap him so hard, face get red, slap his glasses off. Y'all remember that Usher song? This is my confession. This one I thought I could say all I say. He was on his knees and he was confessing to her that he cheated on her. He's on his knees holding her, and she's just, he's just taking it.
That's the video?
That's in the video. Y'all remember that?
I've never seen the video.
Y'all gotta watch Confessions. Anybody seen that?
He's like, the video.
It's like raining.
Check it out.
And he's like confessing to her. Yeah, I'm having a baby by a woman I barely even know. Can a man do that to him though? Probably. It's Usher. But think about it. Think about it. They put that a lot in our culture as a people. You'll always see the black woman slapping the hell out of the black man. Always. And he just takes it. He just takes it. You'll always see it. You'll always see it in novellas. Look. They feel like they could just slap you. But the Bible tells you, she also struck the king with her left hand. Because a man can't do that to you. A man could never do that to you. But they pump that madness into our people. They pump that madness. Y'all think about it. When was the last time an Asian will do that? An Asian will slap the hell out of her man too. I ain't gonna lie. I've seen it. But you don't ever see an Arab woman slapping her Arab man. Hell nah. That dude will hit both of them with a suicide.
Dang.
But seriously, on a serious note, you'll have our women that'll do that, right? But then what's even worse now is when you look, you'll have our women that will buck up at a man and really charge at a man and act like it's not a man. Like you really want to go and fight a man. You really gonna fight your husband? I'm on. How tall are you?
6'1".
How much do you weigh?
220.
6'1", 220. How tall are you, Yashikar? 6'2". 6'2". How much you weigh? Like 215. Both of them is damn near all muscle. you'll have a woman that's like ranging from 90 to like however much pounds. Don't matter. You're gonna buck up at this man. Y'all are both classified as heavyweights. I'm classified as a heavyweight. You're how much you weigh?
190.
Is he heavyweight?
Light
Light heavyweight. Heavyweight is, so you have a woman that will buck up against men that are, how much you weigh? 180 light heavyweights. You'll have women that'll buck up against light heavyweight men. Like you want to really go and fight us. And then when he finally flips out and hits, punches, slaps, backhands, whatever, why did you do that? Why did you? Well, nobody's going to blame her. Nobody.
Happens a lot.
When she's antagonizing him. You see it all the time on World Star Hip Hop. All the time. What's up?
I got a story.
Yeah.
So I was at Syracuse Mall, and this was when I was back in the world. So the mother of my child, we was in line, and she just started staring at me. And I'm like, something wrong with you? Are you all right? And then she just held back her hand, whoosh, and smacked me in my face. And I'm like, you just did that? Like, and I looked around to see if somebody was looking. Nobody was looking. I got see if the coast was clear, but I got smacked so hard. I'm like, what was that for? Well, I was mad at you all week, and I was holding in these emotions, and I'm like, wow. So I had to hold myself down. I'm like, it was a quick smack, and I'm like, really?
Demons, y'all. Demons. Y'all see that?
Glad you didn't black out.
Oh, that'd have been very bad if you got knocked out.
Damn, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm glad you didn't.
It was swift.
Khan. Again, this was when he was in the world, y'all.
Khan.
This is when he was in the world. Let me make sure I make that evident. But yeah, but back to let's go back to numbers, y'all. I think the point was made. I think the point was made. If you're a man and you're in a toxic relationship with a woman, the scripture says a woman should be a pillar of rest. So I'm not trying to come home and fight with nobody.
Man, it's exhausting.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get drop kicked. I'm not trying to have stuff thrown at me. I'm not trying to have bottles break over my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to physically have to fight nobody. If I'm not physically having to fight a brother, I sure as hell shouldn't physically be having to fight my woman. So if that even happens, then yeah, I'm not wasting my time with that. And as a man of the Bible, as a man of the Most High, we all shouldn't be wasting our time with that. That filth, that trash, that garbageness is not going to be in heaven, y'all. It's going to be heaven for a reason.
That's right.
It's going to be heaven for a reason. That's an Edomite mentality right there. They show it all the time. Where you watch the Flintstones or you watch Cave People back then, you had the two Edomites, the woman is yelling at the man, he takes his little thing, hits her, knocks her out, drags her by the hair. That's how they live. We weren't supposed to be living like that. You see what I'm saying? So let's go back. I know we ran with that a little bit, but that had to come out, man, because this is what happened. It literally caused a plague in our nation where thousands of people died. Why? Because you had men that had status, that had a stature that would get blinded by women and would be willing to risk it all with women and not care.
Yeah.
Literally not care. There are people who will be dying around them and they wouldn't care. And it still happens to this day in the truth, man, where you'll have brothers that'll go out of their wits for a woman. You'll have brothers that'll drive to a whole nother city for a woman, but you won't come to class. You see what I'm saying? You won't go flyers, you won't go street speaking, you won't do nothing for the Most High. You drive that whole city though. You drive to a whole nother state, right? But it just shows, man. It just shows the power that a woman has over a man. So as women, y'all got to see, the scripture does say that y'all do hold a power over men. So use that power wisely and responsibly and build your family. Don't pull it down. Don't tear it down. You see what I'm saying? Because a woman is, as men, a woman is our biggest resource. You see that?
Yep.
Black and Latino woman is the biggest resource on this whole planet. The biggest. That's why they'll kill the men, but they all want to keep the women.
Yep.
The woman is a resource. Just like anybody that went to war, you'll slaughter all the men, but the woman was a part of the spoil. Why? Because they're considered a resource. They're the biggest resource that you could have. You see what I'm saying? So, worth more than gold, worth more than anything. So, understand that y'all do have a power and use that power wisely. Build your nation, don't tear it down. So, let's go back. Oh, what's up? You got one?
No, I was just thinking, like, when the whole drive that would ruin a man, and all that what he's saying, it's a strong infatuation. And okay, like men were analytical, and women they're more feely. They go on their feelings more. Well, then when a man emotional, a man, when we start to focus and zero in on things, and then it becomes a type of obsession, that becomes a ruin. And it's an infatuation. Like, I was looking up the definition of infatuation. Infatuation is a feeling of foolishness or obsessively strong love, admiration for, or interest in someone or something. Strong and unreasoning attachment. So we will build an unreasonable attachment to something other than the Most High. And it's like what Amawan had said earlier. We'll put them up over the Most High.
Yeah.
And it's not like women aren't special. Women are great. Y'all do so much. Y'all are a woman that's righteous. Y'all do so much for us. And the ones that are a pillar of rest, it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing for a man to be able to come home after battling the world, after dealing with the stresses of life, and be able to rest and regenerate, and not have to go home, be out in battle and come home in battle.
Yeah, you happy as hell to come home.
Yeah, you're happy to come home. But when a man has this infatuation, or he's letting this woman control, it becomes the kryptonite, like Superman's kryptonite. It's his kryptonite, it's his weakness, because he's letting himself be moved by this. It's a epidemic.
It is an epidemic, and especially now in this world, bruh, it's crazy. It's crazy, especially now in this world.
There's one scripture that, I'll tie with it, and I'll read it. It's Ecclesiasticus 42 and verse 12. It says, Behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. Now that's not saying don't be around women, but what will happen is, just like people will admire artwork or admire a beautiful scenery, you start looking too long, and then your mind starts thinking too long, and then the way a man's mind thinks is how we can have that laser pinpoint thought process and just be. Well, if you're doing that towards a woman, it will turn into a strong infatuation. And it's like, the sound of her voice, the plumpness of her lips, her eyelashes, the eye color, her figure, the way she walks, the way she upholds herself. And it's like, and then little do you know, you're locked in, you're focused, and this is your downfall. Because your focus is on the wrong thing. Your focus should be on the meditation and exploration and and the wisdom and the knowledge of the Scriptures. You're focused on the wrong thing. And it's good to have a rib. It's good to have a life partner. A woman life partner. I don't want to make sure I throw it like that, because you say life partner nowadays, it's like that can be anything. But it's a beautiful thing. The Most High loves it. But we can't make anything we can't allow anything to have power over us, and that's man or woman. A woman can't be so much on her man that she doesn't she doesn't take heed to the Scripture. She doesn't take heed to the Most High. You know, the Most High is the Most High for a reason. That's his title. That's a title for him. The Most High. There's nothing above him. Nothing next to him. There's not even anything close enough below him that can challenge him. I was talking with the brother about that while we were riding. You gotta let the Most High be the Most High in your lives, in all of our lives, man, woman, and child.
I'm gonna read these lyrics real quick. I'm gonna read these lyrics real quick to a very good song, a very good silk song. But let me give a balance, because it is a tremendously good song. It's the Brian McKnight "Every Time You Go Away." The song always makes me laugh at the end. It's a good song, but he says, no, I'm not gonna start there. He says, see, I don't give a damn what my homies say. Don't matter anyway. See, I never felt this way before. You always leave me wanting more. I hate to see you go, even though I know you're coming right back. It's hard to breathe without you, girl. Like, it's hard to breathe. Like, it's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe. Maybe that's a fact. I know sometimes you have to leave, but I wish that you could stay. So she can't go to work? She can't go to work now? Like, bruh, like, let her go to work. Every time you go, you're the sunshine of my day. You brighten up my night. You take a piece of me with you every time you say goodbye to go to work. You know, I'm not saying you can't enjoy a good song, right? Because that is a good song at the end of the day, but it shows like he's saying, this infatuation, or it's like, damn, bro, you can't even go to work. You can't even go to work. Like, you, and it leads to so many different things, like where a man will psychologically, he'll kill for this woman. She goes to somebody else, it's over, but you can't let her go. Like, she doesn't want nothing to do with you, but you can't let her go. You better not be with no other man. Mm-hmm. And you'll go and kill her and him, or kill him. You'll literally lose your mind. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just keep in mind, man, one thing that can destroy you as being a king is a woman. One thing that can take you off the path of the Most High is a woman. Us as men. So let's go back to the reading. Go back to Numbers chapter 26. We left off at 26.
Numbers chapter 26, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass after the plague that the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saying, take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upwards throughout their father's house, all that are able to go to war in Israel.
You see that? So right now in America, you can go to war at 17 if your parents sign. You can go to war at 18. But in the Bible, it shows you 20 years old. From 20 years old and upward, you would go to war. Go ahead.
And Moses and Eleazar, the priest, spake with them in the plain of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanak, of whom cometh the family of the
Hanakites,
and Pelah, the family of the Pelanites.
Yeah.
Peluites.
Yeah.
And Havron, the family of the Haranites, and of Carmon, the family of Carmonites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and they that were numbered of them were 43,730. And the son of Palu, Eliab, the son of Eliab, Salakia, the son of Eliab, and Nemel, Salakia,
Nemuel.
and Dathan, and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram, which were famous in the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron, in the company of Korah, when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah. And when that company died, what time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign.
Yeah, man. The Most High will make a sign out of you real quick.
And not
so we this is about to be a whole bunch of names that we're gonna be going. Oh man, this is a lot of names. Yeah. Go ahead.
And notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not, the son of Simeon, after their families, and the Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, and of Jamin, the family of Jaminites, and of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites, of Shual, the family of the Shulites. These are the family of the Simeonites, 20,200. The children of Gad, after their families, of Zephon, the family of the Savanites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, and of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arod, the family of the Erodites, of Areli, the family of the Arelites.
Yeah.
And these are the family of the children of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. And the sons of Judah were and Anan, and and Anan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah after their families were of Shelah, the family of the Shilonites, of Perez, the family of the Perezites, and of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. The sons of Perez and were of Hezron, the family of Haranites, Pezerites, of Hamul, the family of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah according to those that were numbered of them, 316,500.
Come. All right. Second reader. Let's get the next reader out. You got hit with the names, huh? Hey, the names make you a good reader eventually, though. All right, let's get the next reader. Whoever's going up. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, excuse me.
There it is.
Jeremiah, Shabbat Tashal, Yahoda, Ben Yasha'ala, Ben Abizra, Amadi. Barak.
Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai Brakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah.
You ready for these names, bro? Oh, yeah. You got it. Your whole reading is about to be names.
He looks taller.
Yeah. These names are gonna wake him up a little bit.
You're going to be ready. Golly, even 26 is a lot of names. Oh, no, we're already in 26. Tripping. My bad, though. All right.
Numbers chapter 26, verse 23. The sons of Issachar after their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolamites, of Pua, the family of the Puanites, of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites.
All right. 1 second. Move over just a little bit more. And then I need you to read a little bit louder, okay?
These are the families of Issachar, according to these that were numbered of them,
God.
304,300. Of the sons of Zebulun, after their families, of Serad, the family of the Seradites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jalel, the family of the Jalelites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those that were numbered of them 300,500. The sons of Joseph, after their families, were Manasseh and Ephraim. Of the sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir began Galilee. Of Galilee came the family of the Galileanites. These are the sons of Galilee, of Jezer, and the family of the Jezerites, of Helek, the family of the Helekites, and of Azrael, the family of the Azraelites, and of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites, and of Shemida, the family of the Shemidites, and of Hefer, the family of the Heferites, and Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, had no sons but daughters, and the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah, and Noah, Haggalah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those that were numbered of them 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim after their families, of Shephelah, the family of the Shephelites, of Becher, the family of the Becherites, of Tan, the family of the Tanites. And these are the sons of Shephah, of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those that were numbered of them 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families. The sons of Benjamin after their families, of Bela, the family of the Belites, of Ashbel, the family of Ashbelites, of Aram, the family of the Aramites, of Shupha, the family of the Shuphites, of Hupha, the family of the Huphites. And those of Bela were Ard and Naaman, of Ard, the family of the Ardites, and of Naaman, the family of the Namites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and they
that were numbered of them were 40,005,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families, of Shulam, the family of the Shumites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All the families of the Shulamites, according to those that were numbered of them, were 304,400.
That was it? Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you read 44? All right, cool. All right, let's get the next brother up. Yeah.
I know this part goes through a lot of names, but when you start getting into the history and you start linking these names up and finding out where these guys fit in the timeline, it's actually very interesting. And it makes the Bible makes sense. It's like Rob was saying. We was talking about this last night. That's why he came to the script, the Bible versus the Quran, before he came to the truth, because the Quran don't go into detail. The Quran is like summarizes things, but then the Bible goes into details.
Yep. Does. Yeah. Messed up. All right, you can blow it. Definitely blow it. Elijah Shabbat Shal Yashikar Bani Asher Alam in Abizra Amadi Barak
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
These candles do last longer. Yeah, just read 54 again. Numbers 26, 54.
Numbers chapter 26 and verse 54. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to few thou shalt give the less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. They shall.
He stopped at 43? Oh, he didn't? I thought. Oh.
He stopped at 40.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you're going to have a longer reading. Read at
44.
44. I'm going to read 44 now.
Numbers chapter 26 and verse 44. Of the children of Asher after their families of Jimnah, the family of the Gibeonites, of Jesu, the family of the Jesuites, of Beriah, the family of the Berites, of the son of Beriah, of Heber, the family of the Heberites, of Malachi, the family of the Malachites, and the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those that were numbered of them, who were 50,003,400. Of the sons of Naphtali, after their families of Jehuziel, the family of the Jesuites, of Guni, the family of the Gunites, of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites, of Shilem, the family of the Shilemites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,400. These were the number of the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Unto these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to Phil thou shalt give the less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. They shall inherit according to the lot. Shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites after their families, of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites, of Kohath, the family of the Kohathonites, of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites, the family of the Libanites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Horites, and Hor begot Amram, and the name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, whom her mother bare to Levi in Egypt, and she bare unto Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam, their sister. To Aaron was born Nadab, and Abihu, and Eleazar, and Ithamar, and Nadab, and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord, and those that were numbered of them were 20,003, all males from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moses and Eleazar, the priests, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them whom Moses and Aaron the priests numbered when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord has said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun.
Alright, so that's going to read to verse 19 in Numbers 27. Most High's voice sounds good, don't it? Nine. Or the power's voices, I should say. Could be the Most High, could be angels, But, yeah, that sounds good. What's up?
We'll say what we're reading right here. When you read how the Most High says for the smaller nations that he gave less land, and the bigger nations he gave more land, when you actually look at it, it was actually equal size that he was giving to everybody, because the more land that you had, the people were enough to cover that land and do what they got to do. They say if you had a small nation, you got a big land, they wouldn't be able to take care of all that land. So the Most High was just in doing what he was doing, how people took care of their lands and stuff. So, you got to read into it. I try to read into what I'm reading and understand what's going on around it.
The Most High gave you what you need. I mean,
Right,
it's only
what you
right.
needed. See,
It's only right. Like, if you have a family of 20, then you should have
Right,
big land.
right.
But if you have a family of four,
today, we're so used to trying to get more than what we need.
yeah,
Or do that, you know, the Most High gives you just amount of what you need, say our income or something like that. He gives you what you actually need. He doesn't give you the abundance because you don't need the abundance.
Yeah.
You just need what you need.
Right.
You know, so but we're used to being greedy and having more than we need.
yeah.
So,
Nah, very good point. Very good point. I like that. That was a very good point. Like, I don't need a. Nah, I'm not gonna go into that. You left your window up? I guess you left it down. Go to Numbers chapter 27.
Numbers chapter 27 at verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gili,
Uh-huh.
the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters, Mahlah, Noah, and Hoglah, and Melechah, and Tirzah.
So we're gonna see what happened with these daughters, man. I would like to say this, man. Good reading from y'all, cause bro, these names, y'all can read these names, man. Y'all can read everything. Y'all can read anything.
Wow.
And y'all read these names pretty good, man. So we're gonna read about these sisters real quick. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest
Uh-huh.
and before the princess and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying,
Go ahead.
Our father died in the wilderness,
Uh-huh.
and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no son.
So their father died, but he wasn't with Korah. He was standing on the side of the Most High, but he died. He died just in his own sins. And when he died, he didn't have any sons. So you know, when you died, as we've been reading, when you died, your inheritance, it went to your sons. So they didn't have any sons. Most High he was giving out the inheritance right here. And when he died, he didn't have any sons. So now you're going to see what happens if you died and you didn't have any sons, how it still gets to go to your daughter. You don't just your land just doesn't go to other people. It still kind of just stays in your family. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family? Because he had no son. Give unto us therefore a position among the brethren of our father. And Moses brought their cause before the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their fathers' brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their fathers to pass unto them.
And you know what I like too? It says that Moses brought their cause to the Lord. You got to see, man. A lot of times, man, certain decisions just bring it to the Lord. Get counsel. Get counsel. What does the Bible say? Benaiah?
Would the inheritance go specifically to the daughters or to their families and their cousins?
Well, in this case, it's gonna go to the daughters, because that was kind of like what they were saying too. Was like, he has an inheritance. We're daughters, so whoever we marry, it's like the inheritance is gonna go now to that person's house. You see what I'm saying? And now my father, he lost out. So in order to keep that name going, it kind of stayed with them. You see what I'm saying? Yashkar?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Elijah, if you get verse 7 again, I have a question on verse 7.
Okay. Numbers chapter 27.
You start at verse 6.
Verse 6. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their fathers' brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them.
So my question is, why did the Most High make this so?
I mean, it's natural. Not everybody always has sons and daughters. Like, I don't have no sons yet. So something happens to me, I don't have no sons. So it'll go to my daughters. You don't have any sons yet either. So me and him are in the same boat. Uriah's in the same boat. Not all of us are lucky enough to be like Romero. And have like 7 sons and 1 daughter. Not all of us are like Jacob, where we just all have sons. So it's just how it is. You're 3 times more likely to get a daughter anyways than you are to get a son. The ratio is like 3 daughters to 1 son. 3 women to 1 man born on the earth. So you're actually more likely to get daughters than sons.
I like how, even in verse 6 it says, "And the Lord spake." The Lord said, out of His mouth it came forth, right? Like we was speaking on like how a man could fall because of a woman, right? Especially if a woman is off, right? But still in the righteousness and how the Most High Himself is just and balanced out, and still loves the daughters of Zion as well. He's like, look, here you go, I'm gonna bless your game. Take it. And I like that. Especially like if they were not righteous, obviously, if they didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, obviously, if they themselves did not go to Moses rather than go to somebody else, which they did go to Moses because they knew the order, they asked the right questions, and then the Most High said they spoke right. They did the right thing. They didn't move to the left or to the right. They came before you. They obviously knew that you was in charge. They brought this case before you to bring it before me, and go ahead. The daughter of Zion, they're still part of my inheritance.
Of course.
They still are part of the seed of Israel and Jacob, right?
Of course. Yeah, not everybody is lucky like Makar Gabar either. All sons.
Oh yeah, all sons.
Or like I'm one. Mostly sons with a daughter. Not saying there's anything wrong with having a daughter, because having a daughter is dope. But you do need a son. You do need that son, man, to you just need a son. Huh?
I got a grandson on the way too.
See? All those guys bringing forth his sons. Gone. So yeah, man. Go ahead.
Granddaddy, huh?
Verse 8. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. And if he have no daughter, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then he shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it, and it shall be unto the children of Israel and statute of judgment of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses.
So check this out. Y'all know when you read the story of Ruth, and you had the brother he was gonna get with Ruth, right? What's his name? Boaz. The water. I definitely forgot that name. So Boaz, right? Remember before he got with Ruth, he said, I have a brethren who's this who the inheritance, he's in line before me, before this inheritance comes to me. So he was like, let me go and talk to him to see, if he'll pass it up and let it come to me. And that's what he did. So that it came to him, and that way he was able to get Ruth. But you see, even he still did it in order. Even he still did it in order. So, it's very important. I know we be reading Genesis through Deuteronomy, and it's like, man, we read this every Sabbath, right? Twice a year, right? And you read these other stories. But when you read these other stories, if you're paying attention, you get to see how everything that you're reading from Genesis to Deuteronomy, especially when it comes to the law, you get to see how it's played out. You get examples of brothers and sisters that actually play out the law. So when you'll read over this and just be like, oh yeah, it's just that. But when you're paying attention, you're like, oh, you read Ruth, this is what Boaz did. You see what I'm saying? They follow the same order. And you'll see how, when you read the rest of the Bible, you'll see how brothers and sisters, men and women of the Bible, they actually will be playing out laws and playing out certain things that you read about in the Torah when you're paying attention to it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important. I see why the Most High has us read this so much, because this is our code of honor. This is our constitution. This is what we live by. You see what I'm saying? So eventually, it's going to just be ingrained in us again. Sister in the back?
Yes, on verse 8, when it says, if the father has a little son, he will go to his daughter. But in this case, wouldn't the daughter have to, doesn't it say in Scripture the daughter has to marry someone of their tribe?
The daughter will have to marry someone of her tribe?
Yeah.
I mean,
Keep reading.
it doesn't say that, does it?
Yeah, keep reading. They end up marrying in their own family.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, okay, read, let me see verse 8. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. If he have no daughter, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his son. So when it gives the order on how to do it, right, from verse 8 on down to 11, it doesn't say if she has to marry into her tribe. You see that? It just says, of course she's going to marry an Israelite though. But does it say specifically like she has to marry, if she's Judah, does she have to marry inside of it? It doesn't say that. You know? When you read down, it just so happens that she does marry another Levite, right? It'll say when we read down what she marries, but that's after everything was dropped. That's after everything was dropped. What you're supposed to do about the law of the inheritance. That's after he tells her what to do and where the inheritance goes. But it doesn't say anything about like she has to like literally marry into this tribe. It just so happens that she did. Oh yeah. Yeah. Even now, like it's in the law that you weren't supposed to marry your daughters to other nations. So, we were definitely marrying Israelites. We wasn't giving our daughters to nations. That wasn't happening. So, yeah, let's read down. You're at verse 12?
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Moses, get thee up into this mountain, Abram, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered.
So now we're about to read about Moses. Getting ready to pass, man. So he gets to see the land. And it's like, yeah, man. You get to see the land, and you're going to go ahead and pass on just like Aaron did. Get up in the mountain, see the land, and it's going to be that time. It's crazy.
I always think about that part in Black Panther where Killmonger is looking over Wakanda before he dies. Every time I see it, I think about this part.
You know what's crazy, man? Because we can't even fathom it. I can't fathom, and we can't fathom, like, our land anymore. And I'm not even from America. I'm from Jamaica. So technically, you could say, oh, yeah, you're from Jamaica. Jamaica's your land. Well, I know that Jamaica is not my land. Just like for you, South America, it's not our actual land. So when you go back, I can't even fathom, like, you know, like actually walking back into ours. Because at the end of the day, we don't control Jamaica. At the end of the day, South America is not controlled by Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait. I can't even fathom like going back and like Killmonger, like looking and being like, this is all mine. I control this. I make the decisions here. Yeah. This is me. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Ain't no taxes being paid.
Not by you.
If I don't want you in, you ain't coming in. You know, I can't even fathom that. Like, I'm gonna be living amongst other people that's living by the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I can't even. That's my goal, y'all. That's what I push for. That's what I push for. Like you was talking about, like, we drive on these trucks and always say it. We're not delivering to Israelites. It's rare. 95% of the time we're delivering to these heathens. 50% of the time, man, we're in some beautiful, luxurious neighborhoods. And I can only imagine us being in these beautiful, luxurious neighborhoods. And it's all us. You know what I'm saying? And I always said it, just like at the Passover when we were in San Antonio, we were all on a ranch. Your kids just went out. They didn't even have to ask you to go out. You just let them out, and they just went and they played. You did what you did, and you was going to bed all super late, mad late, and everybody was having a good time. I can see us doing that, but literally in our community.
Okay, so
yeah.
He talks about these nations having these beautiful neighborhoods, beautiful big houses. But man, I tell you the truth, those neighborhoods are so dry and boring.
Bruh, I was just about to say that.
It's
like
dry.
Like even the neighborhood that I just moved into, it's decent. It's dope, but nothing compared to theirs. But in my neighborhood, I'm like, I come outside and I'm like, there's a park right here. Nobody's ever there. And if somebody goes there, they're going there to smoke some dope. And I'm like, man, everybody has kids. Nobody's putting their kids to go play at the park. You don't see no kids riding around on bikes in the neighborhood. Nobody's outside playing basketball. No kids is outside doing anything.
No life.
The people just come out, like all they care about is their grass. It's Texas, y'all. All people care about is their damn grass. You know what I'm saying? They come out, they cut their grass, edge it up real nice, yard work. A lot of Asians here, so they only care about flowers and stuff in their grass. That's it. Like you don't hear nothing, no signs of life. It's a lot of Asians, so it's a lot of cats running around and stuff. But a lot of cats. I mean, I'm cool with the cats though, because you don't got to worry about no rats and roaches, because cats, they be hunting at night.
Yeah.
But I always think about it, man. I come out and I'm like, man, it's just ain't nothing going on here. Like I be playing my music and I be worried like is the neighbors gonna hear it? Like I be having my stuff up loud, but
you like the only one in the neighborhood.
I'm like the only one. You drive by my house be jumping, and you look and they ain't nothing, just nothing. And then you go to these extravagant, beautiful neighborhoods, and a lot of them got like basketball goals, and I haven't seen. I think I saw one kid playing basketball that one time. Me and Yashikar.
Oh yeah.
How we been driving the trucks for 4 months in these extravagant neighborhoods, and they all have basketball goals, and only one kid. I only remember one kid playing basketball, and he sucked. Like you don't see kids you barely see kids riding their bikes. I think you were saying it. No, it was Ramiro. He was saying it was like, man, you got all these pools and nobody's at the pool. How you go in their neighborhoods and they be having pools in their backyard. Nobody's in the pool.
Nobody goes to the pool.
The community pool will have a couple people in it, and it's like, bruh, like y'all got this nice neighborhood, and it's just all going to waste. But you see it though. It's like they'll go on a vacation. Perfect example is the Kardashians. They'll go on a vacation, but when do you see them in the water? When? Never. It's rare. They be on the sand with a thing over, a little umbrella over them, and they just laying on the little beach thing. I'm sorry, if I go to the beach, I'm trying to drown. I'm in that water. I'm in the water, but they don't. It's like, what are you doing? You're not using it right.
That's right.
I remember Kanye was talking about, it was on like an interview, he's talking about Kim Kardashian. He was like, yeah, we got a pool in the backyard. I've been in it all the time. He said, you have? I haven't. Never. He's like, you never been in the pool?
Oh, yes.
What's the point of me buying the pool then?
And Kanye was known for having a big pool, like an Olympic-sized pool. It was making music about it. Like they don't want you to have a bigger pool than Kanye. Kanye had this massive pool, y'all. Kim K ain't never been in there.
Wow.
But that's my point. It's like they all have it, but it's like they're not using it.
Yeah.
But imagine us. Listen, y'all, in Jamaica, man, like we was poor as hell. We all lived in shacks, but guess what, man? It was fun. It was fun. But it was so poor. Every Friday night, the power would go out. And you would have to light candles until like Saturday morning. But it was dope. Because the power will go out Friday night and everybody's outside. Kids just running everywhere. All the adults outside playing dominoes. It was dope, man. There's a balance like when we were poor back home, man. Yeah, it was dangerous and stuff like that, but Scripture say if you do no evil, no harm shall come upon you. In Jamaica, being poor as hell, this how your day went as a kid. You didn't have to ask your parents to go outside because everybody knew everybody. Like, I'm talking like my 2-year-old daughter would just go outside. Shayala, my 1-year-old, she would just go outside. You weren't tripping about her like just leaving and walking because we stayed in a shack. We stayed in a little one room thing where the restroom was outside, the shower was outside, so little babies don't want to be in there, so you would just let them go. And they would go, and guess what? Everybody looked out. You didn't have to worry about nothing. You didn't have to worry about people driving all super fast through the street. Nobody did that. Because people already knew there's kids. Let me take my time. You see what I'm saying? You didn't have to worry about a lot of things, so your kids just went outside. Only punishment you could, that's why like we'll be teaching and y'all be like, yeah, you seen this movie? I'm like, no, I haven't. Because when I was coming up, I wasn't inside, I was outside. That's why a nickname for Jamaicans is yardies. Because we're always in our yards. We're always outside. So we would just be outside, man. Shower, raining, like it's raining right now. Y'all can't even fathom like everybody outside showering during the rain. We used to do that. Like it's pouring down, raining. It's like, nah, we won't stay out here. Everybody's showering. So like the same way you would go to a pool, you just see men out there just showering. Not butt naked, of course. Women not butt naked either. But you would just be out there just showering. Kids be out there just showering in the rain. I know it's like weird, like what the hell? But I'm saying all that to say like it was a different vibe. Whereas here it's like Jamaica, everybody driving by, the cars were loud. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the music was up. Here you can't even have your music up. Not saying you can't, but everybody, it didn't matter if you was old or young. Old people was blasting their old music. Young people was blasting their young music. It was always music. So during the day, I'm gonna get you, Jeremiah. During the day back home, I remember all the men would get up and go and walk this track. All of them. And then kids get ready, kids go to school, kids come home from school. We all walk to school. No school buses. But when the men came home, imagine all the men coming home and every day we hit the soccer field and we all played soccer. We played soccer till the sun went down. And then when the sun went down, you'll go and then you dealt with your family. But on a Friday night, Saturday night, everybody was out. Everybody. It'd be music. The men and the women, they're all playing dominoes. That's why Jamaicans are big on dominoes. Playing cards, playing Monopoly, playing a whole bunch of board games. We weren't playing video games. We were playing a lot of board games. Kids, that's what Jamaicans are so fast is we were always racing in the streets as kids. We were always racing. You know what I'm saying? But now you look here in America and it's like social media. That's it. That's all the kids is on. Tablets. Kids don't even know how to be kids.
It's true.
Kids ain't growing up like with bikes and like always outside having fun with their friends. That's different. That's gone.
You get video games instead.
Video games, I mean, bruh, it's just a different time. So I can only imagine, like, you know, when the Most High's kingdom does come, and you just wake up, like, who's the youngest in here? Like Jada. Jada could just wake up and open the door and go outside, and you're like, Jada, did you brush your teeth? As long as you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you're good. You can go outside, go do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't got to worry about no kidnapping. You don't got to worry about no pedophiles. Back home in Jamaica, if there was a pedophile, we handled that right there. We handled that right there.
That's nice.
Like how you would stone somebody. You was a pedophile? Oh, yeah, we going to handle that right there. You'll be like, call Yashikar. We got him. Call Yashikar. Call Romero. Call them. Yeah, bro. Guess what we caught? What's his name doing? What was he doing? Bruh. Such and such. Oh, I'm coming. All right, I'm coming. Everybody will come. Yeah. And that gets handled right there. When I say that gets handled, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. And then you call the cops show up, it's third world country. Cops show up, so what was he doing? Oh, he was touching kids? He molested a child? He raped a child? Oh yeah, damn. What? Y'all should have called me earlier. I would have joined in. But we handled that as a community right there, man. Right there. But now, in America, it's so different, man. Nice houses. Yeah, you got all this, but really like a sense of community, a sense of togetherness, y'all don't have that. We don't have that here in America. Again, I'll say it, man. If your neighbor really wanted to borrow some sugar, and I know they said that you could do it back in the day, but right now, your neighbor need to borrow some sugar? Nope. I ain't gonna lie. My neighbor come and ask me for some sugar. I'm gonna be like, bro, you crazy.
They'll be like this. You knock on the door. They'll be like, yeah, what's up? Huh? Oh no, no, okay. Yeah, there's I think they got some at the corner store down the street.
Bro, my neighbors, the Asians, Amazon delivered the package to their house instead of my house. My rib went to get the bots. This dude had the bots inside their house. Like, bro, you could have brought it to my door. So, yeah, you ain't getting no damn sugar from me. No salt. You're not getting nothing. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know that we live next door. Why wouldn't you just bring it? My rib's name is Alexandria. You know that's not no damn Asian name. You know that's the only black thing. You know that's a straight black name. We're like one of the few black people in the community. Like, bring it to the black people next to you. Like, bro, I wish he would want some damn salt or some sugar. He ain't getting it. Let's go back to the reading.
Numbers chapter 27.
You gotta heap the coals on his head, though.
The coals?
Yeah, by being kind.
Bro. I needed that Amazon package. They had the fly swatter. Remember we had that barbecue at my house, so all the flies got in the house?
God.
Bruh, it was just terrorizing me. And we ordered the fly swatter, and it wasn't there. It's like, bro, we can't kill no flies now. I'm too slow. We can't kill no fly. So I needed the fly swatter, so I had to go without my fly swatter. So yeah, so ain't no more flies. You had your hand up? What's up?
Well, I want to just get it clear where we went about the daughters marrying into their families.
Uh-huh.
It's actually in Numbers chapter 36, verse 11. And it says, for Mahala, Tezrah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brothers' sons. Verse 12, and they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the sons of Joseph.
Uh-huh.
And their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father.
Fine. Nice. Good point. This is the thing which the Lord had commanded concerning the daughters of Levi. Oh, look, no. Actually, go to verse 5. Verse 5 is perfect. Verse 5 seals it, actually. Numbers 36 and verse 5. Go down.
Oh. Numbers chapter 36 and verse 5. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph hath said well. This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry.
See that? So this one is clear and cut. The other one wasn't clear and cut, but this one is very clear and cut. So what y'all do is y'all link this. Y'all link these two together. Go ahead.
So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe. For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers.
Con. So y'all see that? So when it comes to, this is of course speaking of this, the Zelophehad. This is talking about the daughters instance. Zelophehad, right? So in this instance, yeah, they'll marry within their tribe. All right, let's go back.
But that don't apply today.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Like, don't nobody. Yeah, no one has nothing. We don't have nothing nowhere on earth. I don't care if you. It's like, oh well, my family has a couple of acres up north. They don't own that because the government can take it whenever they want it. This is America's land. This is Esau land. So we don't own nothing. Whether it's in America, North America, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, wherever we're at, we don't own nothing. So that don't apply. There ain't no inheritance getting lost or mixed up or jumbled up because of no sons.
that goes back to what I was saying too, man. Like, that's why, like, I can't fathom the day, like, when we really can say, damn, this is ours. We don't got to worry about nothing. Bro, I cannot wait. Y'all don't understand, man. Every day is a feast day. Let's go back.
Yeah. Numbers chapter 27 and verse 14. For ye rebelled against my commandment in the desert of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the water before their eyes, that is the water of Meribah, and in Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin. And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, let the Lord, the power of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as the sheep which have no shepherd. And the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thine hand upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight.
All right, let's get the fourth reader. Number 4. Number 4. Think about it.
Shabbat Yashkar, Bun, Yashar Allah.
Yashkar, Shabbat Shal, Yashkar, Bun, Yashar Allah. Benabizra, Amali. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Brakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Brakatah.
Man, you know what's crazy about when you be in these Edomite neighborhoods?
So,
the one thing that they do the most is jog. They just be out there running. Right. Or riding bikes pissing me off because, like, bro, like, ride on the damn sidewalk. Right on the sidewalk, man. Golly.
My rib had told me when she had went to VA that the elder sisters put on some knowledge. And they said that the reason that the Edomites like to do that is because they get a high off of it.
Oh, they get the runner's high.
They get that high, like
Yeah.
like they get into that euphoria of the mind, like, you know what, no care, no world, like, oh.
I'm not gonna lie, the runner's high is true.
Yeah.
Cut
my grass, build my house, watch my baby.
It's true.
Charge it.
I like to run too because of the fact the runner's high is kind of real. Like, you kind of like get into like the zone of like the first mile. Like, you are kind of, you're tired as hell. But then after a while, what happens is your body does adjust and your heartbeat like slows down. Not slow all the way down to normal, but it does slow down. And then you find yourself, you're able to breathe, and then you just go. And then you feel like you can literally run forever. And the one thing that the only reason like why you'll stop sometimes is because like your body starts to ache. Like if your feet might start hurting.
Yeah, my feet would burn.
Your knee will start to hurt a little bit. Your back might start to hurt. But like as far as like your body, your body like regulates your heartbeat and all that, and then you are able to run a lot longer. Everybody in here can like run a lot longer than what you think. Because when you hit that, your body adjusts itself and then you can go. It's true. I mean, the only thing you care about is just, let me just go as long as I can.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna run. We're at Numbers 27 and 20.
The book of Numbers, chapter 27, verse 20.
But if I have a nice neighborhood like that, I'm not running. not through it. Go ahead. Numbers chapter 27, verse 20.
If I was in a nice neighborhood, I'd get a Connie pool, bro. It'd be more better for the joints.
Con. Hell yeah.
Numbers chapter 27, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him,
Uh-huh.
that all the congregation of the children of Israel may be obedient. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Lord.
Uh-huh.
At his word shall they go out, at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation.
So, as y'all can see, Moses is now passing the torch to Joshua. You see that? But again, it's not like Joshua was just like some Rudy Poo dude. The torch was being passed to somebody that was worthy. Go ahead.
And Moses did as the Lord commanded him.
Uh-huh.
And he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation.
Go ahead.
And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge, as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses.
So Joshua will be the embodiment of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 on down. Just like Moses was the embodiment of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 on down. You desire the office of a bishop when these must be the things that's in you. You see that?
Come on.
Numbers chapter 28.
Numbers chapter 28, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My offering and my bread for my sacrifices made by fire, for a sweet savor unto me, shall ye observe to offer unto me in their due season.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering made by fire, which ye shall offer unto the Lord. 2 lambs of the first year without spot day by day, for a continual burnt offering. The one lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shalt thou offer at even. And a 10th part of an ephah of flour for a meat offering, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor.
Come on. So, y'all see that we was offering 2 lambs a day? Not just any 2 lambs, but they had to be of the first year. See, I got to see, man. We was rich. Rich as hell. Who has a lamb right now? Nobody. Who has a refrigerator full of meat right now? Who has like, okay, all right, one person. who has a refrigerator? Because like a lamb right now is like 250 to like $300.
Yeah.
Right? A whole sheep. Who has like 250 to 300 worth of food in their refrigerator? Really?
Got 2 refrigerators.
Yeah, so okay, so we got one man that has. So you was pretty much that was going to the Most High every day, about twice that amount.
Dang.
Twice that amount. Every day. So how much did we have? We had a lot. We had a lot. Well, a lot of us we getting food stamp money. We had a lot, man. 2 lambs. That was just 2 lambs. The one lamb shall thou offer in the morning, the other lamb. So one was in the morning, one was in the evening. Then you had an ephah of flour. I got to get what's the calculations of that, but bruh, how much did you have? Thousands. It's thousands, because yeah, that's just lambs, man. So it's thousands. So we were a really rich people. So when you see like that we were complaining in the wilderness because all we was eating was manna, it's like, nah, bro, you didn't just have to eat manna. You had a whole bunch of other stuff to eat too. At that point, we were just doing what? Complaining. You see what I'm saying?
Finding stuff to complain about.
Yeah, you just find anything to complain about. That's what happens when you're miserable, though. You just find everything.
That is true.
It's like you're really complaining about that. That's really a problem. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6, last precept. A sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the drink offering thereof shall be the 4th part of an hin, for the one lamb. In the holy place shalt thou cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering.
Yeah.
And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, as the meat offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof. Thou shalt offer it a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 9. And on the Sabbath day 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering.
So you know it's cold and you're reading this. This is every day, right? You obviously we can't do this every day. So like, what's one way that you can kind of substitute for this? Somebody tell me.
Spiritual sacrifice?
Yeah, spiritual sacrifice, but like, what is it? Pray. You can't like do the lamb. So obviously, we don't have lamb money. So pray. Pray in the morning, pray in the evening. You know? So go ahead.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And in the beginning of your months, ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot, and 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil for 1 ram.
Bakar Gabar, real quick. So what is the weight of a bushel? If you can find that for me. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And a several 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering unto 1 lamb.
So a bushel is 64 U.S. pints, equivalent to 35.2 liters used for dry goods. So 35.2 liters, that's how much of flour that we would offer too. That's a lot. 35.2 liters. Think about it, like a liter of soda. You know those big
bottles.
That's like what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, that's a 1 liter. That's 1 liter.
How much liters is in a gallon?
So it's 32 ounces, right? It's a liter.
I don't know.
Not.
No, the entire 64 U.S. pints is about 8 gallons.
It's about 8 gallons. So he was offering 8 gallons worth. That's a lot. So y'all see, man, we was rich. That's a flour.
So that's 16 gallons a day. So 8 in the morning and 8 at night.
Is that what it says?
It says 4 liters per equal 1 gallon. 4.
4 liters equal 1 gallon?
4 liters equals 1 gallon.
That says, hold on, we're getting mixed up here. That's 35.2 liters. So that means that it will be way more than 8 gallons, right? It's 8 gallons? So 8.8 gallons, so just say 9 gallons. So it's a lot, man. So as y'all can see, like, we had stuff. We was just complaining. We had a lot. That was daily.
In the wilderness.
That was daily. You know, that's something that I want to see too, man. I want to be able to see us like moving through in the wilderness again. Like just to see how that was.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Just depend on the Most High. You ain't got to go to work for the white man.
No, I'm talking about like, you know, in the kingdom. I'm talking about in the kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And the drink offering shall be half of a hin of wine unto a bullock, and the third part of a hin unto a ram, and the fourth part of a hin unto a lamb.
Uh-huh.
This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year.
Go ahead.
And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering unto the Lord shall be offered, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. Verse 16. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Lord. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. And the first day shall be in holy convocation. You shall do no manner of servile work therein, but you shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for burnt offerings unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3 tenth deals shall you offer for a bullock, and 2 tenth deals for a ram.
Yeah, you said.
A 7/10 deal shall thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. You shall offer these. You shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continued burnt offering. After this manner you shall offer daily throughout the 7 days the meat of the sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor to the Lord. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And on the 7th day you shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work.
Right.
Verse 26. Also in the day of the first fruits, when you bring a new meat offering unto the Lord, after your weeks be out, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. But ye shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year.
Con. All right, I'm on. Let's go.
Yahawada, Ban Yasharala.
I'm one Izar, Shabbat Shah, Yahawada, Ban Yasharala, man of Israel. Amadu, Barak.
Yahawah Shem Yahshad Rakatam.
Yahweh Shem Yahshad Rakatam.
Should be starting at Numbers 28, verse 28.
Numbers, chapter 28, and verse 28. And the meat offering of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto 1 bullock, 2/10 deals unto 1 ram, a several tenth deal unto one lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats to make an atonement for you. Ye shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Chapter 29, and verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And ye shall offer burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs for the 1st year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock.
Hey, real quick, I got a question. Do you know what feast is coming up next? We just did first fruits, right? Yeah, I thought it was Day of Atonement. What? So when is Day of Atonement? I thought we just did Memorial blowing the trumpets.
No, we didn't just do that.
But we did. So we did Passover.
Sure, it's in order, right?
Yeah, this should be in order. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the memorial blowing trumpets.
And then is Day of Atonement after Memorial blowing trumpets?
This is
Who's studying for their officer's test?
Atonement Tabernacles.
Then Atonement, then Tabernacles? So it's Memorial blowing the trumpets, then Day of Atonement, then Tabernacles. Okay. So we didn't do Memorial blowing the trumpets yet, correct? Okay, so Memorial blowing the trumpets up next. Gotta see what day. Carr said I think Day of Atonement.
Yeah, I think Day of Atonement.
Day of Atonement. Yeah. Get the Zondervan with the please. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Numbers chapter 29, verse 3, last precept. And two 10th deals for a ram, and 1/10 deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you, besides the burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offerings according unto their manner, for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Most High. And ye shall have one on the 10th day of the 7th month, and holy convocation. Ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall not do any work therein. But ye shall offer burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savor. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs for the 1st year of the 1st year. And they shall be unto you without blemish.
So Memorial blowing the trumpets is next. That is next. So what we read about in verse 29 and 1, that's the next feast day that's coming up. Memorial of blowing the trumpets. So, which is going to be around, what, October? Yeah, it's going to be around October. Because it says it's the 7th month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? October. Yeah, so it'll be around October-ish. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
And their meat verse 9. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals of a bullock, and 2/10 deals to 1 ram, a several 10th deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offerings of it, and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep the feast unto the Lord 7 days. Ye shall offer burnt offerings, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the 1st year. They shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto every bullock of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals of each ram of the 2 rams, and a several 10th deal to each lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offerings, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the second day ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and the meat offerings thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the third day 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 4th day 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offerings, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 5th day 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings and their bullocks, for the rams and for the lambs shall be according to the number, after the manner.
All right. I should wrap it up.
Numbers chapter 29 and verse 28. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering for his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 6th day 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the matter. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 7th day 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs beside 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering and drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the matter. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. On the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offering for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the matter. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides a continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. These things ye shall do unto the Lord in your set feasts, besides your vows and your free will offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel, according to all the commandment, And Moses told the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. You know, I think, just thinking about how it said all the offerings, right? And I don't know how many of y'all were church goers, but I remember when I was in church, there was always some kind of plate going around.
Oh, God.
Like every service, plate at the plate, at the plate, at the plate.
3 different plates going around.
So, right. So, this is where they got it from, but then the law is done away with. But they wanted to keep the offerings going That part of the law had to keep going. You got the building fund, you got the kids funds, you got the youth pastor funds, you got the vacation funds, you got the
Vacation.
it was like plate after plate after plate, and then after all these plates came, it'll say they'll bring out will a man rob God and not give? And don't he say he'll open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing? So you got to give your tithes. So then, after you got milked through all the service, they're like, yeah, now it's time to drop your 10%.
But they'll say, give your biggest and best tithe. That's what
Oh yeah,
your biggest and best tithe.
They had different color envelopes for how much you was going to give.
Oh
So
really?
like, yeah, so like the yellow envelope was like for $5 to $10. then it was a pink envelope for $20. And then it was a special made envelope for those who gave like 100 or more.
They didn't have that at church I went to. They passed around the same golden bowl. And if you had, they kept envelopes in the pews, like in front. You just put what you can use an envelope, or you can just drop your money in the bowl that came by.
If you didn't pay, you felt guilty.
Right. Con. Yes, sir.
There was this Judith who won the lottery, and then her white pastor sued her because she didn't break bread.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you enter into like a contract with a church? Is that how they could do that?
Well, they did that. You got to be members, and I say that because the church that when I was in the valley that I would go to, if you were a member, you signed your name, where you live, what you did, how long you attended, so that you could be a part of whatever special things that they would offer. Assistance with any type of bills, assistance with childcare, but you had to be a member, and this is just from my experience of it, right? That's how they were able to keep track who was paying and who wasn't. It just wrapped around all that. So I'm assuming, just on the question that you asked too, like how was he able to do that? Well, she was an avid member of the congregation. So when she went, it was like millions of dollars. And I don't know what the outcome of it when he sued her, but she won that. He sued her, became national news. I don't know.
That is crazy.
I used to go to church out there in Conroe, and they were building a road. They were asking for donations to build a road to the back, and the road cost like $1.1 million. They were able to get that money built up within a month and a half. $1.1 million from a church for a church. The churches, I don't want to put it on blast because I don't know, but these churches, man. $1.1 million for a road because they wanted access to their church in the back.
Million, right? Not billion.
No, 1.1 million for them to build a road. And they got it within a month and a half. So they make money. They make some money, these churches.
A road don't cost $1 million though. I mean, bruh.
I don't know how much it costs, but I know
a road does not cost $1 million.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, bruh, you don't need $1 million to build a road. Sis?
When I used to go to this Catholic church that my parents would take us every Sunday, they said it was mandatory to give out money. You know how much you could. But I was like, why is it mandatory? So, because they need it. So I'm like, okay, they said that the church needed it, but in reality, it wasn't for the church. The priest was taking everything. So they were saying that the money they were trying to get and collect, it was for the church to expand it, to make it bigger, put more parking lots.
Yeah.
But months and years came by, they got the money, but we never seen the change in the church. So the money was actually going to the priest or whatever he wanted to spend it with, and the church still stayed the same until now.
Okay.
Got his helicopter.
So, just in case, y'all don't know, the government pays the pastors. So, not only do they get paid by the government, they're 501c3 funded, a lot of these churches. So the government takes care of them. They get discounts on their buildings and all that. So when you passing that money, kind of just giving money.
Yeah.
Because they get money from the government. You know how much money they got from the government during the whole stimulus thing when that passed? They got millions. Churches got millions. A lot of these pastors' salaries. Pastors get a salary, y'all. They get a salary. Do you get a salary? Pastors get salaries. Their salaries was paid during the pandemic because nobody was going to the church. Your salary might not have been paid during the pandemic. You was getting unemployment. They was getting their own salary. You see that? And they'll still come on there and talk about sending your tithes even though it's a pandemic. They was probably happy as hell they didn't have to waste their time in church. Like, damn, I don't got to do nothing. You just gonna send me money?
That's it. I want to do that.
Listen, y'all, it's
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
All right. Numbers chapter 30 and verse 1.
It's funny because we're gonna go into all this. Go ahead.
And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Most High hath commanded. And now we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1. Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1. When you got it, say con.
Think about all the money y'all gave to churches, y'all. Bet y'all wish y'all had that money back.
Lie. Because you know what? I knew I was given to the Most High. Whatever man or whoever was running the church did with it, that's sin on them. But I was given to the Most High.
God. God. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. Bro, I think I gave $10 my whole life to church. And I want that sucker back.
Right?
$2 back, huh?
I want my $10 back. I've been to church once or twice my whole life. And I think I gave like $10. I definitely want my $10 back.
God.
You right?
Nah, I remember, man, you wouldn't want to be the brother who bring up 4 quarters or like $2 because you'd be looked frowned upon. Like, that's all you got, brother? And that's how churches are, man. So I remember that. It brought back a memory.
God. Yeah. All right, so we're at Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 1. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests, which were in Anath in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of the Most High came in the days of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Specifics, details. Verse 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Y'all see that? So, man, we haven't went to this scripture in a long time. So, just remember, man, before you were formed in the belly, the Most High already knew you. He knew you.
God.
You see that? Remember, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. So, before the Most High formed you, He knew you. See, you was already ordained to do this. That's why when you found it, you was like, this is it. Wasn't no convincing, it might have taken a little bit of time, but you knew that this was it. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit bore witness.
God.
Yeah. What's up?
If y'all want to try to link this up, this part right here in Jeremiah we're reading, it actually goes with 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 6, whenever the king of Assyria took us out of Samaria. So remember, it goes in. You have to start to link these up together through the scriptures and knowing what you're reading about. You know, I'm just help y'all out.
Read that 2 Kings real quick. What you're trying to get linked.
2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 5. It says, Then the king of Assyria came up throughout the land and went to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away to Assyria, and placed them in Halah, and in the harbor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes. So
what are you trying to get linked?
Because it's saying that this is when it came up the captives whenever he took out the
When we're carried away captive.
You're talking about like 1 through 3, right?
Right.
Yeah, just be more specific on that.
Okay.
Because you don't want them to like think, oh, it's before I formed you in the belly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be more clear.
So you want to be more clear. All right, go ahead. Sadat.
Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Then said I, O Yahweh, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But the Most High said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Most High.
You don't see that? Because that's how I'll be at first. Like, man, I don't know this. I'm not going to get this. Right? Yes, you are a babe when you first find this out in the truth, right? But then after a while, the Most High, he's going to build you up. And he's going to make it so to where you can speak. You see what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
Verse 9. Then the Most High put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Most High said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
Go ahead.
See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
You see that? And that's exactly what we're doing right now. The Most High, he's the one man planted, another watered, the Most High gives the increase. He's the one that touches brothers, man, and helps brothers, puts their words in his mouth. Literally, I can literally speak for that myself. I mean, I know I study, but a lot of times it's the spirit that brings this stuff out. Kazak, Patazat, Dahawam, Awar, Shamshuan, Dawiyad, Kawakab, Ashab, Manabad. A lot of these brothers that you see, especially in our school, that teach Zion, I don't want to forget Zion, Shatak, Ariyab, that you see, it's the Most High. It's the Most High. Yeah, we might put the class together. We'll put it together, but it's not like we literally go put like a whole script. You know what I'm saying?
Rehearse it.
Or like rehearse it like that. You really just put the scriptures together, you have an idea, and then in the moment, the Most High, he drops it. You think Kazaki is sitting there rehearsing? Yeah, read that. Did the brother read? Stop right there. Ain't no rehearsing. There's no rehearsing, man. It's the Most High. He literally does this. He literally does it, and it is a gift. That's why when you read in Hebrews, it says that if you tasted of the heavenly gift and you turn yourself back, there's no more sacrifices to you, because it is a heavenly gift. It's a heavenly gift, man. Like when you do start doing it. So just a reminder, the Most High, he has to put his words. He has to bless you. And the only way you get blessed is if you strive lawfully. If you strive for masteries, you got to strive lawfully for the masteries. And then the Most High he will put his spirit on you and he will bless you to be able to do it. But you'll see a lot of brothers that the Most High didn't put his spirit on them to do it. That's why they'll teach it, but you're like, damn, bro, I wish you never taught this, because you're a bad example unto our nation. Why? Because the Most High didn't ordain that. You know what I'm saying? They'll just be out there, you know, when it says in Romans chapter 2, I think it's Romans 2, where it says, we blaspheme the name of the Most High. If you're not ordained by the Most High to do this, if you haven't strived lawfully to do this, you literally blaspheme the name of the Most High. So, 2:24. So the Most High, he blesses with this. Like I said, you could study, you could prepare yourself, but the Most High is the one that blesses you to put his words in his mouth. Think about all the pastors that go to theology school and they don't know this.
That's true.
You literally go to theology school. You study the Bible. You got like the historic stuff and all that, but the Most High, He didn't open the door for you. He didn't open that other side for you to understand the Scriptures. He didn't. Sis?
So when you say they blaspheme the Scriptures or the Most High, is that like someone who's given the Spirit to teach and then they like do the opposite? Is that what you're
There's that too. There's both.
Okay.
That you have the one that was given the Spirit to teach and literally didn't do nothing with it, and then you have the one that was never given the Spirit to teach, but they do. You see what I'm saying? And that's where you'll get brothers out on the corners talking about, we gonna rape your women. I'll just like say it straight up, like where the hell does it ever say that in the Bible? You see what I'm saying? And then it makes us look stupid because we're not gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you'll go out there and you'll have the Bible and you're saying stuff like that, and it's like that deters people. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Right. My Bible don't say that. You see what I'm saying? And the funny thing is that, yeah, I'm gonna just leave that alone. But the Most High, He has to ordain it. The only way you get ordained, you strive lawfully. Whatever body you're a part of, you know, whatever rules they have laid down, whatever order, whatever system they have laid down, method for you to get there, that's what you got to go through to get it. You see what I'm saying? You're ordained. We're ordained. In Numbers it says, "I would that all the Most High's children were prophets." So it's there. It's our job. It's our calling. But the only way you can achieve it is if you strive lawfully. If you don't strive lawfully, then you're gonna screw yourself. You're trying to fly a plane, but you never learned how to fly the plane, you're gonna crash.
That's true.
And that's what's happened to a lot of people. Sis? Mm-hmm.
But they're not taking on the role of men prophets. You know what I'm saying? They're more like they're well instructed, educated in the word, and they can deliver, you know, what the Most High wants them to deliver to a person, you know, like Deborah, jail, running the nail through their deeds. They're not in the same role as the man who prophesies, because he's the teacher.
Exactly right. So the sister was saying they are women prophets, and of course they didn't play the same role as men, but the Most High was still used them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the goal is, and that's what should be all of our goals. Right. Is that we want to be able to be used by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We want to be vessels meet for the Master's use.
Right.
I want to be able to be used. We should all want to be able to be used by the Most High. Like, I need this done. Let me call this person. You know what I'm saying? The Scripture says that the angels, they rejoice to do the will of the Father. We should be rejoicing to be able to do the will of the Father too. Whatever the Father wants us to do, bro, we should be happy. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What? You want me to do that? Kind. But unfortunately, a lot of people, not saying anybody here, but a lot of people, bro, they don't care. You found the truth. What are you doing with it?
Yep.
Real talk, what are you doing with it? And I'm not trying to make anybody necessarily feel bad, but it's a real question. The Most High is going to ask you this question. What the hell are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? You're going to get asked that. What did you do? What did you do with your talent? What did you do with your talent? You're supposed to be making your calling and your election sure. It should be a sure thing. It should be a sure thing for you. Like when, you know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, you should be able to have this long resume. Or it's like a scroll just get rolled out. And it's just a long list of everything. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna show up to a job and your resume is on point, and you like, the only way you don't choose me for this job is if you don't like me. Because I'm overqualified for this position. Like, you already know you're going to get it. Like, the only way you don't pick me is because you don't like me. But as far as qualifications, I meet it. That's how we should want to be when it comes to the fall, trying to make it to heaven. Listen, I'm overqualified.
Yep.
Look at my rap sheet. Look at my resume. Look at my works. No regrets. I can step in here with no regrets. Why? Because, not saying me in general, but this is how we should want to be when we step up. Like, no regrets. Look at my rap sheet. Look at my resume. Look at what I did. Look at what I could have did, but look at what I did. You know what I'm saying? So, you got your hand up?
Yes, sir. We read this earlier. It's in Numbers. I'm going to do it as fast as we have to go over it, but it's Numbers chapter 27, verse 16, which says, "Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation." And I like what y'all bringing out because, you know, since someone kind about it as well, like, there was women who played roles. Now, in the sense of this, in the spirit of this conversation itself, is like, what woman is going to step up to be a sister to a sister who never had a sister? What elder sister is going to be an elder sister to younger sisters who are striving to be wives? What woman is going to step up to be a mother to, even if she's not able to have children of her own, but a mother to those who didn't have mothers? And just speaking all this as well on behalf of the sisters as well, because daughters of Zion play a big role throughout the scriptures. Daughters of Zion are going to play a big role for the coming of Yahweh Shai as well. You know, going back to the brothers as well, like, we had a council the other day. Well, we always had a council, I'm sorry. Anyways, and you were stating, like, when Yahweh Shai comes, he's not going to bend to us. Like, oh, sorry, Yahweh Shai, it's Yahshua. I don't feel like it. I'm gonna go hit this tequila real quick. Can you put somebody else in my stead? And then if I were to even think with that mindset, like, oh, Yahweh Shai, I know you're the king, but damn, homie, nah, not right now. I'm going to get checked. I'm going to get got. I'm going to get taken care of.
You're probably going to die.
I would die. I would definitely die. So, you know, just wrapping it up all the way back around, like, the Most High wants all of us to be used, as you said, for the Master's use.
Yeah.
Like the women, too. Scripture says, where there's no vision, the people shall perish. And I'm speaking on our congregation, our body here right now. And not saying that no one's doing this either, but just in the vision sense is when the men step up, even that much more, the sisters step up that much more. Imagine how many new bodies come in for this labor, for this harvest. Imagine, I can just envision how many more children who grew up with that, who didn't grow up with a mother, who didn't grow up with a good example of a mother or a father, or grandmothers or aunties or something, so on and so forth. Like how many more women and brothers here in our congregation, again, I'm not saying none of us are doing it, that's why we're here. That's why we got our teachers, that's why we got the elder sisters that are in the class right now, elder sisters or NBA right now, that are showing this example. And it's exciting because there's, a lot of sisters today in this class too are been having more vocal and, well, not more vocal, but they're participating. The participation of everybody in the class, because, as we all came in, you two yourself says, like, wow, look at all these people coming in. Look at all these children coming in. And, I mean, it's exciting. We in this time, you brought it up earlier as well, that Babylon's going to fall. America's going to burn.
So what you going to do?
Yeah, even with all that, all of Israel, all man, woman, and child, like, come on, step up, let's do it. I'm about it.
Let's do what we're called to do. Yeah.
The Me Too movement, huh?
The real Me Too movement, huh?
The real Me Too.
All right. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 11. Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said the Most High unto me, Thou hast seen well, for I will hasten my word to perform it. And the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, What seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Then the Most High said unto me, Out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, said the Most High. And they shall come, and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah. And I will utter my judgment against them touching all their wickedness. Who has forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other gods, and worshipped the works of their own hands. Thou therefore gird up thy loins, and arise, and speak unto them all that I commanded thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them.
Con. Alright. Verse 18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defenced city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls, against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to deliver thee. And that's exactly what's happened with us. You see that? But, as you can see, they'll fight against us, but they won't prevail against us.
Yes, sir.
They will not prevail against us. All right. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Israel was holiness unto the Lord, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend. Evil shall come upon them, saith the Lord. You see that? So we're protected. We're protected first and foremost. So as long as you do what the Most High wants you to do, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall arise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the evil is going to end up coming on them. You know what I'm saying? So go shopping. Go shopping. Let somebody look at you the wrong way. Let somebody think negative about you. You wouldn't even have to know, but the Most High is going to check that individual. Let somebody do you wrong. The Most High is going to check that individual. You do not have to avenge yourself. The Most High will avenge you. You don't have to do that. The cool part is you ain't even going to know what the Most High is going to do to them, but you know he's going to do something. You know your Father's going to do something for you. You know? So let's go to John chapter 2, verse 13. Book of John chapter 2 and verse 13. And it's funny, what we're going to read about is literally what we were just talking about. John chapter 2 and verse 13. It says, And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem, and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. Everybody finna catch this whooping. Everybody. Verse 16. And said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence. Make not my Father's house an house of merchandise. And what's these churches? Literally like a house of merchandise. You go in there and you literally feel like how they went inside the temple trying to buy stuff. People literally go inside the churches and they really feel like they could buy the Spirit. I'm going to buy the Spirit today. I'm going to buy a blessing today. I'm going to buy some peace. You see that? And his disciples remembered that it was written, The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, What sign showest thou unto us, seeing that thou doest these things? Yahushua answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it back, I will raise it up. Then said the Jews, 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days? but he spake of the temple of his body. So Yahweh Shai was speaking of himself. He was on the cross, and he was on the cross for how many days? I mean, after he died, he arose in how many days?
3 days.
3 days. So he was speaking of himself. Verse 22, when therefore he was risen from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this unto them, and they believed the scripture and the word which Yahweh Shai had said. Y'all see that? So you know what's crazy is, of course now, right, we don't have lambs and all this stuff to make sacrifices unto the Most High. But remember when we did, we were sacrificing for peace offerings, meat offerings. We were sacrificing for certain things, right? Now when you look at like your church, when you go to church and you give those tithes, you were giving those tithes in the same mind. Like, man, let me give a tithe so that I can get something back in return. And that's the messed up part. That's the messed up part of what church has done to our people. Is when we were going to church, a lot of times when we was giving tithes with the aspect, with the thinking process, I should say, of let me get something back in return. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. Why did you give money in church? A lot of the times. Trying to get something back in return. I'm trying to get that car. And they'll tell you, ask and ye shall receive. You know? So a lot of the times, man, that's what sucks. But when we do this sacrifice, the only thing I want in return for the Father is heaven. You know? If you're going to give me something in this life, if the Father's going to give me something in this life, I want it with the expectation of, it's like me and him was talking about it, me and Uriah. I want it for the body. It's not just for myself. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to get a new spot, like I want a new spot that's a little bit bigger so I can accommodate brothers that come down. I can have a roof for somebody instead of being cramped in a one-bedroom apartment. You see what I'm saying? If I'm going to get a vehicle, I'm not going to get a one-seater bike or a two-seater car or a Lamborghini. I'm going to get a vehicle, like right now, like I would want a truck. Brother right here has a truck, but I would want a truck. Not because I want to look good in my pickup truck. I would want a truck because if anybody has to move or needs something to be moved, well, guess what? There's a truck. If we need to go street speaking, guess what? Now we got 2 trucks. We can hit 2 zones. Right. You see what I'm saying? So we got podiums, y'all, that can only fit in trucks. So that's the mentality. That's the mentality that we should have. If I'm getting something, I'm getting it for, like right now. I ain't gonna lie, I might get a Nintendo Wii. Not a Wii. What's that new Nintendo? Nintendo Switch. I might get a Nintendo Switch, but it's not for me. That's not for me. It's for when y'all come over. It's for when kids come over. Play some Mario Kart. Play some go-kart, whatever. Garments is at my house. So when kids come over, hey, y'all can play. You see what I'm saying? The stuff now, it's not about us. It's about everybody else. Yep. So when you look at the churches made everything about you. I'm gonna give this in return. I'm gonna give this because I want something back. It's true. You see what I'm saying? And then when we ask and we pray, we asking and we praying for ourselves. That's why we ask them this. You want to get some stuff? You want the Most High to bless you with some stuff? Start praying and asking for stuff for your brothers and sisters, not just for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And then he'll give you some stuff. The secret trade. The secrets. It's not really a secret, it's just reality. That's true. I guarantee right now, I ask for a Lamborghini, I ain't gonna get it. You know, but let me ask for something that's gonna be able to fit people. Probably get it. So let's go to Judith real quick. Judith chapter 4. Judith chapter 4, verse 1. Now the children of Israel that dwelt in Judea heard all that Holofernes, the chief captain of Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Assyrians, had done to the nations, and after what manner he had spoiled all their temples and brought them to naught. Therefore they were exceedingly afraid of him, and were troubled for Jerusalem, and for the temple of the Lord Yahweh, their power. For they were newly returned from the captivity, and all the people of Judea were lately gathered together. And the vessels and the altar and the house were sanctified after the profanation. So yeah, it just came back from a captivity, and here it is. We're about to go to war again and possibly get conquered and go back into captivity. So that was their fear. They had just gathered all the people back together, right, and brought back and the vessels and all that into the altar. Verse 4. Therefore they sent into all the coasts of Samaria and the villages, and to Betharon and Belmin and Jericho, and to Shobah and Esora, and to the valley of Salim, and possessed themselves beforehand of all the tops of the high mountains, and fortified the villages that were in them, and laid up victuals for the provision of war, for their fields were of late reaped. So they're preparing pretty much, fortifying everything. Verse 6. Also Joachim the priest, the high priest, which was in those days in Jerusalem, wrote to them that dwelt in Bethulia and Bet-O-Mestem, which is over against Ezra-Leon, toward the open country near to Dothaim, charging them to keep the passages of the hill country. For by them there was an entrance into Judea, and it was easy to stop them that would come up, because the passages were straight for 2 men at the most. So you see that? So they charge these brothers, keep this passage, protect this passage, because there's only 2 people that can make it through there at a time. It's straight. So no matter how many people they got, only 2 people can fit. So if we protect this area, we can keep them out. So verse 8. That was verse 8? Verse 7. Oh yeah, that was in verse 7. Verse 8. And the children of Israel did as Joachim the high priest had commanded them with the ancients of all the people of Israel, which dwelt at Jerusalem. Then every man of Israel cried to Yahweh with great fervency, and with great vehemency did they humble their souls. Both they and their wives and children and their cattle and every stranger and hireling and their servants bought with money put sackcloth upon their loins. Thus every man and woman and children and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the temple and cast ashes upon their heads and spread out their sackcloth before the face of the Lord. Also they put sackcloth about the altar. So we were humbling ourselves before the Most High. We put on sackcloth, cast ashes upon our head. And what was that showing? That was us humbling ourselves, man. Showing that, Yahweh, we ain't nothing. We're dirt. We ain't crap. You know what I'm saying? Help. Verse 12. And cried to the Most High of Israel, and cried to the power of Israel, all with one consent earnestly, that he would not give their children for a prey and their wives for a spoil, and the cities of their inheritance to destruction, and the sanctuary to profanation and reproach, and for the nations to rejoice in. Y'all see that? Verse 12. And cried to the power of Israel, all with one consent earnestly. You see that? One mind, man. One mind, one judgment. So if you by yourself, who the hell are you crying with? Who are you crying with? Remember, when the Most High delivered us from Egypt, it was because we was all crying with one consent too. So we were all together pleading to the Most High. So, verse 13. So the Most High heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions. For the people fasted many days in all Judea and Jerusalem before the sanctuary of the Lord Almighty. And Joachim the high priest and all the priests that stood before the Lord, and they which ministered unto the Lord, had their loins girt with sackcloth, and offered the daily burnt offerings with the vows and the free gifts of the people. And he had ashes on their mitres, and cried unto the Lord with all their power, that he would look upon the house of Israel graciously. Y'all see that? So, Judith is going to go in. Man, I like the apocryphal reading because it reminds me. Wait for Saturday to get up and watch these cartoons.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait for the new episode. You know what I'm saying? And these little cartoons that we was watching as kids coming up, Power Rangers, whatever. Right?
You used to look at Power Rangers?
Bro, I used to watch Power Rangers.
Oh, man.
It's Morphin' Time. I watched Power Rangers to a certain extent to where I was like, these guys keep winning. I was a weird child, bro. As soon as I see, like, I wanted to see them lose.
They always lost. They always lost first, and then they came back and won.
Yeah, that was a reality, man. In Jamaica, I saw before I was 12. I saw somebody hung themselves. I saw a dude get shot right in my front yard, and first he hit the guy with a machete, and then the guy with the machete that guy hit with the machete was an old dude and a young dude. The old dude hit the young dude with a machete. He was wearing a hat, and blood started pouring down. The young dude was like, "Stay right here, I'm gonna get my gun." And the young dude went and got his gun and came back and shot the old dude in the head. And he died. And I remember I was like, oh crap. I was like, Elijah, how old are you?
10.
I was probably like Elijah's age, maybe younger. So I remember I went and told my mom, well, she came running out anyways, because she heard the shot. It's like, yeah, this dude, he hit him with the machete, and then he killed him. So I saw like 2 deaths real quick when I was young. So all that Disney of people always winning, nah, I was like, nah, bro, people don't be winning. I was like, that's not life. That's not life. So I quit. I stopped watching a lot of stuff early because I was like, that's not real. So like even movies, like I watch movies and they killing everybody. The superhero of the movie is killing everybody, and this dude don't get hit by one bullet. That turns me off. You know, that's why I like John Wick a little bit. John Wick will get hurt a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
At least get hurt a little bit. What's up?
I wonder what did that man have to do, like, to the anger of the Most High to get hit with an axe and then shot in the head?
No.
Okay.
The old dude hit the young dude with an axe, with a machete.
Right.
And then the young dude was like, stay here, I'm gonna get my gun. Which is a thing. I always heard that in Jamaica. Always. That's like always a thing.
Grab my gun?
Huh?
They used to go grab my gun?
Nah, not my gun. But they used to do that a lot, man. Where it's like, they'll always tell people, just wait right here, I'm gonna go get my gun.
Yeah,
and then pride will make the person wait. Like, bro, you ain't gonna get no gun. I remember somebody told that to my uncle when I was probably like a year older than Elijah. Something happened and the dude was like, stay right here, I'm gonna go get my gun. My uncle was like, I'm gonna stay right here. That happens a lot. The dude never came back with his gun though. But in that instance, the young dude definitely came back with his gun.
Wow.
Yeah. Just wait right here. Let me go get my gun.
Nah, I ain't waiting.
Like, just be like, nah, bro, you good. Because they'll really and truly go get their gun. All right, y'all.
Manawa,
Shalak Ma'aka'ala, Waha Alahayim, Lashamar Al, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Wa, Aisha, Kazak, Ha'aim, Yashar Allah. Also sent unto us. Oh, can you translate that part real quick?
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please send unto us right now Michael and the righteous angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the people of Israel.
Come. You just read the whole thing.
Also send unto us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, and much love, spiritual power, and forgive all of our sins. Yahweh Shai, come quickly, for in thee is our hope, always and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Oh.
Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah. Betalanawa. Hatawara.
Bless you, Yahweh, Nemi Hawashai, that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah. Betalanawa. Awu. Lara'ah.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, and Nemi Hawashai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah. Betalanawa. Ha'ayah. Quara. La Quara. Ha'ain.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, and Nemi Hawashai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah. Betalanawa. Shaman. Zayah. Mamashah. Yashar Allah.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, and Nemi Hawashai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
If anybody wants to get anointed, of course, we anoint at the end. This is Psalms chapter 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh.
It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh.
And to sing praise unto thy name.
And to sing praise unto thy name.
Our Most High.
O Most High.
To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
And thy faithfulness every night.
And thy faithfulness every night.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
And upon a psaltery.
And upon a psaltery.
Upon the harp with a solemn sound.
Upon a harp with a solemn sound.
For thou, Yahweh.
Thou, Yahweh.
Hast made me glad through thy words.
Has made me glad through thy words.
I will triumph in the works of thy hand.
I will triumph in the works of thy hand.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy words.
How great are thy words.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
A brutish man knoweth not.
A brutish man knoweth not.
Neither doth a fool understand this.
Neither doth a fool understand this.
When the wicked spring as the grass.
When the wicked spring as the grass.
When all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
It is that they shall be destroyed forever.
It is that they shall be destroyed forever.
But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore.
Our Most High forevermore.
Below thine enemies.
Below thy enemies.
O Yahweh. Below thine enemies.
Below thy enemies.
Shall perish.
Shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity.
All the workers of iniquity.
Shall be scattered.
Shall be scattered.
But my horn.
But my horn.
Shalt thou exalt.
Shalt thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
Mine eye also shall see.
My eye also shall see.
I desire mine enemies.
I desire my enemies.
And mine ears shall hear.
And my ears shall hear.
I desire the wicked.
My desire the wicked.
That rise up against me.
That rise up against me.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai
shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall be fat and flourishing.
They shall be fat and
To
flourishing.
show that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
He is my rock.
He is my rock.
There is no unrighteousness in him.
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
This is Psalm chapter 133. Shayar,
Shayar,
Malawad,
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 Ana,
Matawab,
Matawab,
Omar, Na'ayam, Shabbat, Akyum, Gum, Yachad, Kashaman, Hatawab, Ayl, Hara'ash, Yorad, Ayl, Hazakwan, Zakwan, Aharon, Shayarad, Alpayab, Barawakyawad, Katol, Charam 1, Shayarad, Ayl, Arayah, Zayah 1, Kaya, Shum, Tazawah, Yahweh, Ath, Habaraka, Chayayam, Aid, Ha'aywalam, Aman.
This is Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head, that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that is descended upon the mount of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
The water. Tamyad. Amen.
All right, brothers, let's circle up. Sisters, please have a seat. Somebody grab him. Somebody grab him. Bring him to the front. You can give me him. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Ready? Call it.
Men of Israel, I'm Mariam. Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai Brakatan. Kum Yisrael. Kum Yisrael. Kum Yisrael. Kum Yisrael. Kum Yisrael. Kum Yisrael.
Y'all give Matai, hands down. Oh, man, I forgot. Yeah. All right, sisters, please rise. Let's turn and salute the sisters. Go ahead.
Salute out the daughters of Zion. Men of Israel, I'm Mariam. Right.
Yahweh Shmaratan Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shmaratan Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
All right, y'all give Matai, hands down. Dismissed. Everybody's. Yeah. Yeah, oh, you smell good. Yeah, you smell good. You smell real good. Yeah.
Judah will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up. Who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess. I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My ruler